Oh my goodness, welcome. Thank you everybody so much for being here, for joining us tonight for this very, very special world premiere of our cyberpunk game, Cobaltica. We are so glad you're here tonight. Listen, before we get started, Matthew, could you please tell us who we're raising money for tonight?
Sure, gladly.
Oh, thank you.
Tonight our charity is UNHCR. That's the UN Refugee Agency. It's a global organization dedicated to saving lives, protecting rights, and building a better future for refugees, forcibly displaced communities, and stateless people. They're concentrating a lot of their efforts right now on supporting Ukraine, of course, and we're happy to do what we can to support all that good work. So if you can pitch in, great. Thank you. 100% of your donation goes directly to the UN Refugee Agency. That you can hit T for Tiltify button down below, or you can scan the QR code that should be showing up on your screen right now, and that'll take you straight to the donation link. If you can't pitch in, don't sweat it. We're just appreciating that you're here.
Definitely.
Yeah, just glad to have you.
Thanks, Matt. Mike, we're going to do a cool giveaway tonight. What are we doing?
So tonight, for everyone who is watching, we're actually giving away a dice vault, aromatic cedar dice vault from Talon and Claw, which is, they make awesome stuff. They came courtesy to us, courtesy of BOA Marshall. Thank you, BOA. So the awesome company of veterans, they will be giving away a dice vault, aromatic cedar. So tonight, all you have to do, give us a follow, and then participate in chat by entering keyword guava, right? Guava, so Guava. Enter it once and only once, and we will select the winner randomly at the break, and we'll announce the winner after the break.
Should they put guava now, or should they do it before we go to break?
Well, I think now or before we go to break. Yeah.
I think it might have been a thing last time.
Fair point, I believe. With giveaways, are there any restrictions concerning that is something we have to keep in mind?
International, yes.
Yeah.
So domestic only. I think pretty much probably everyone is, that we know at least. Right.
U.S., Canada, except Quebec, I think we could do. And if that's not you, we're sorry. We'll give you a crisp virtual high five. Thanks for being here.
Aside from that, go ahead. What's that?
No.
I was going to say, if you like us, again, give us a follow to get notified when we go live. You can also visit us at matesofate.com, where you'll find all our links to our socials. We have Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, where you can check out old episodes. And you can also, if you really love us, you can even buy some merch as well. If you're a fan of really, really dank memes, Instagram is popping every single day.
Matt, do we have merch? Oh, what are you drinking out of? It looks so nice.
Oh, it's a cup.
You're an asshole.
What a salesman. What a salesman.
This is a wonderful left-handed model of a Mates of Fate cup. Look at that. Beautiful.
It disappears too.
Yeah, it's magic.
Yeah. Cup slash, and it turns, where'd it go? What do I have in my hand? Nothing. I'm just holding up a fist like this, and then suddenly, it's a cup.
Anyway,
Wow.
Mike, you got anything else for us?
I think that was it, right?
All right, thank you very much.
Everything. Yeah.
All right, so again, thank you all so much for being here. Just to let you know, this is going to be one of the darker, more serious RPGs we've played on this stream. So we will be using RPG safety tools that all of us have discussed ahead of time in case we touch on a subject that we're not comfortable with. As a viewer, please likewise take care of yourself. If this game's thematic elements are triggering for you, by all means, take a break. Turn us off. You're not going to hurt our feelings. It's all good. We want this to be fun for ourselves. We want it to be fun for everybody who's watching. So, what the hell are you about to watch? This is a quick note about what Cobaltica is. This is an entirely original story. This is a completely homebrewed RPG system. This is a story I've been wanting to explore for a long time. This game will be a little different than other one-shot RPGs you've seen before. So in most one-night-only games, the story's on railroad tracks, and the players come in with original characters, and the GM's job is to guide them from the beginning of the story to the end, while making it feel like they got there on their own. This is the opposite. All of our players tonight have pre-written characters that are riddled with history and secrets. So once the game begins, there are no rails. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. Neither do they. we've all just agreed to work together to tell the best story that we can. So, in order to tell a good story, you need good storytellers. With us tonight are my 6 favorite role players ever. Seriously. 4 of them you know as existing mates of fate from our other shows, but it is my great pleasure to introduce to you our 2 newest honorary mates of fate from our friend channel, Slices and Dices. Hey!
Thank you.
So if you're not already following Slices and Dices, please do. They play a lot of cool tabletop games like Alien RPG, D&D, Call of Cthulhu. Mike and I found their stream one day and found out they have a DM named Matt G, and we had a DM named Matt G. We were like, Homeboy's voice is silky. We're not going to rest until we get Matt and Sarah on our stream. And here we are. So, Slices and Dices, Matt, would you care to introduce yourself?
Hi. Yes. Silky. Wow, I haven't heard that one before.
I didn't mean to say that to you out loud, but...
No, that's okay. You realize now you have no inner monologue.
That is why she's a GM.
That's right. We all have the same problem. Just no filter.
No filter.
I'm Matt, and I'm sort of the guy who helps people do what they want to do with role-playing games over on Slices and Dices. So you can catch us on Thursdays, mostly Fridays though, on twitch.tv/slices and dices. Like with the because it's cool to just go rather than and it's fewer characters. So but yeah, that's what we are, and we've been doing it for a while. God, almost 4 years now. We just broke 300 followers on Twitch.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Amazing. Sorry, are we allowed to curse?
Oh, yeah. God, I hope so.
Okay, cool. Just making sure, because without that, I am nothing. I'm just kidding.
Audience, this game is R-rated, so please
goody.
Leave if that's not fun for you.
I appreciate it. That's fine. But yes, we broke 300 on Twitch. We're close to 1,000 followers or subs. Sorry, I should say, on YouTube. Mostly due to our amazing Alien RPG series. We did not realize how prolific and amazing this game would be, and how much attention it would garner us in over 2 years that we've been doing Alien RPG. It's been super fun. Of course, we have an amazing group of role players on our own who do Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu and all the other kinds of games. So just check us out whenever you can.
All great. All awesome.
They are really
Thank you,
good.
Mike.
Can confirm.
Appreciate it.
Sarah, would you care to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Sarah. I also play on Slices and Dices, and I have been for about 2 or 3. I don't know. I've honestly lost track. That after the 1.5 year long Mad Mage campaign, my brain is like, what is time? what is?
It's
I've been
meaningless.
playing this game for 1.5 years. And yeah, that is, you'll find me there almost every Friday, playing Alien, playing D&D, playing Call of Cthulhu. Still recovering from last night's Call of Cthulhu session.
Oof.
Thanks for going back to back with us, by the way. Last night was good.
What's that?
Thanks for going back to back 2 nights in a row with us, by the way.
Yeah, and hopefully running some stuff in the future.
Ooh.
But yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
There's a new RPG, there's a relatively new system from Free League called Vaesen that is kind of like Alien meets Call of Cthulhu in that it uses their patented D6 system. I don't know if it's patented or not, but it sounded cool. But it's a horror game that is all based in Scandinavian mythology.
Cool.
With new content coming out based on British Isles mythology, and it's very cool.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
I'm deeply invested in this system and looking forward to running it eventually.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm not just saying this because you guys are sitting on the same video call with us. You are our favorite stream other than our own, so thank you so much for being here.
We are honored to be here.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, one last thing before we kick things off tonight. I want to give a gigantic thanks to my amazing husband, Nick, you can't see, but I'm pointing to him, for building the Cobaltica comms bot. So in order to play this game of secrets, Our players will need the chance to sometimes speak to each other privately, which is something you can't do when you're on a video call with a bunch of other people. Nick custom coded us a Discord bot that basically makes the entire game possible to play. So thanks, handsome. I love you.
Thanks. Nick.
Big thank you to my friend JJ, to Alex from our friend stream Constructed Chaos, and to my dad for beta reading a lot of these game elements just to confirm that they actually worked and to give me feedback. I appreciate that. Thank you to my friends Cater and Morgan for lending their voice talents for something that the players will find out about later. Maybe. And you too. Thank you, Mike and Matt, for giving me feedback over the past literal year as I built this thing. You guys are the best DMs the girl could ask for. All right. And finally, thank you to all you players for being down for yet another roller coaster of a one-shot. I love all you guys. Thanks for being here. Is everybody ready?
Think so.
Yeah.
Ready.
Let's do
As
this.
I'll ever be.
Then let's play Cobaltica.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Okay. Welcome to the city of Cobaltica. My name is Cobaltica Artificial Relay Mark 1. My users call me Carol. Please allow me to introduce you to our beautiful dark city. Cobaltica is a sprawling, densely populated urban landscape of towering illuminated skyscrapers and neon-laced decay. Cobaltica is the epicenter of activity on the small planet of Azura, known for its vast cobalt mines. Where there is cobalt, there is technology. Where there is technology, there is wealth. Technology in Cobaltica is the height of them all. We are known as the City of Endless Midnight. Sapphire clouds of pollution have blotted out the sky, leaving our city's residents to rely on the neon glow of our endless buildings to illuminate their labyrinth of hover highways. Our story tonight begins at the synthetic heart of the technological boom, the Caminus Corporation. Tonight, we will be watching a live video feed focusing on 6 of the Caminus Corporation's most talented employees. The Caminus Security Force is a paramilitary operation protecting the massive Caminus facility here on Cobaltica, led by our own Commander Ajax. Commander Ajax, could you describe yourself, please?
Sure. Commander Ajax stands about 6'3". He is barrel chested, so it is a little bit hard for him to fit into most suits. He has a bit of an imposing presence about him, and honestly, not many people have ever seen him smile. Maybe Locke on his wedding day, but that's about it. Honestly, he's a bit rough around the edges, which is exactly what you need to be able to keep the corporation safe. A lot of people out there who, well, have their own ideas about what good they think they can do. Ajax has a good idea of how to keep them in their place.
Commander Ajax's second in command is Major Tamara Locke. Major Locke, could you describe yourself, please?
Absolutely. Major Locke is about average height, maybe 5'5". She's slim but athletic in her build. Favors tailored clothes that accentuate her muscular legs and somewhat rigid posture. Though while she may not be physically intimidating, there's definitely something about her demeanor that says, don't fuck with me. She has close-cropped, dirty blonde hair and light brown eyes that are close to hazel, but on the whole, there is nothing particularly stunning or notable. She's a very plain-looking person, which fits her relatively no-nonsense personality.
Renowned for being top of their class in the Security Force Academy, we have with us Captain Drake Glass. Captain Glass, could you describe yourself, please?
Yeah, Captain Glass is approximately 5'11", kind of androgynous looking, like shoulder length black hair. They are also relatively no nonsense, but also get along with pretty much everyone, an excellent teammate, and just someone that wants to get shit done and accomplish the common goals.
The youngest of our squad, but the most adept with the technical side of security protection, is our Lieutenant Abby Channing. Lieutenant Channing, could you describe yourself, please?
Sure. She is, well, I'm 5'4". Everything about me is kind of small and just kind of unnoticeable. I have dull brown hair, brown eyes, and I'm pretty quiet, but every once in a while I'll surprise you with just a weird joke out of nowhere. And when I'm off duty, I always have a sweater on. You don't see me put it on, it just happens. It's there. Just done.
Bringing us to the two in our number that are not part of the security force, but rather the lifeblood of the Caminus Corporation itself. It is possible that Caminus's chief scientist and engineer is not the greatest mind of a generation, but possibly of several. Dr. Eldon Cyrus, could you describe yourself, please?
Certainly. I am approximately a meter and... No, definitely not a meter. Perhaps a little under 2 meters tall. Rather tall, I would say. In terms of my weight, I don't really calculate my weight any longer, but I would assume that I'd probably be, in old parlance, about 168 pounds, maybe 168.8 pounds. I often wear my clothes quite clean. Today I'm wearing a rather stiff but appropriate grey button-down shirt, no tie. They tend to make me give off the wrong impression. My hair, although it is thinning, or perhaps kept close cropped, is exactly the way I would prefer it to be. I, of course, only unfortunately wear my glasses to see my work. Unfortunately, that being the only physical disability that I would prefer to have within my particular line, although I choose not to enhance my vision with other means. You may perhaps have seen me, although most of the time I try to keep to the labs and stay away from most people. I would say that most would consider me quite soft-spoken. I rarely raise my volume above a 5, even when stressed. Perhaps that's just my demeanor. And yes, my ancestry is British.
And lastly, the one in your number that is not human, but a synthetic person. Dr. Cyrus's android research assistant, Dr. Athenzo. Could you describe yourself, please?
So, I am, like the DM mentioned, a research assistant. I am maybe just about 5 feet tall. I'm kind of this classically looking android with these metallic and plastic components covering my face and body and my limbs. I have this kind of circulatory system that runs underneath my clearly artificial flesh, kind of what you can see here. I am known in Caminus Corporation, in these towers, to be dutiful, hardworking. I consider Dr. Cyrus to be somewhat of a mentor, somebody that I admire, who I strive to be like. I admire his intelligence, and I strive to be the biggest contributor for Caminus Corporation.
Thank you, users. You are all familiar with androids. Some of you are less comfortable being around them than others. You know androids to look like partially assembled people, with plastic casings over their limbs, metal bionic enhancements, and glowing circulatory systems. Some of you may find something unnerving about their less than perfect mechanical movements and illuminated augmentations. Some of you have worked directly alongside androids during your careers. You know them to be tireless laborers, and of such have seen them recruited into many labor roles within Caminus. Some of you have been friendly and jovial with them. Some of you find them unnerving and prefer to keep your distance. All of you, at some point, have engaged in some form of debate about android personhood. Do they have souls? Should they be considered as much of a person as you are? Should mechanical people have the same rights as fully biological people? You have an opinion on it, but likely keep it to yourself in the workplace to avoid argument. You have heard of an organization known as Project Disrupt. What you know of Project Disrupt is that they claim to be dedicated to ending android slavery. You have sometimes seen pro-android protesters outside the Caminus Corporation, but they are never there very long. You're not sure if you agree with them. Yes, Caminus employs some androids in their facilities, but you don't necessarily believe that giving an android a well-paying job in a comfortable corporation is slavery. With this knowledge, I pose to you the question: what does it mean to be human? Our story tonight is one of secrets. All of my dear users have a secret. And I tell you the truth, one of them will betray the rest. One of them already has. Our scene opens on you, Commander Ajax. You have just delivered a successful presentation before the Caminus Board of Directors. The meeting has ended, and you are escorting the Caminus CEO, Rhea Atrocchio, back to her office, chatting cordially. The elevator dings, and you step out into a gleaming marble reception area leading to the CEO's office. You scan with your heads-up display. You identify 4 people here. The first you see is Atroccio's android assistant, Cassius, sitting behind a large black desk, his synthetic silver hair slicked back cleanly, a neon blue bow tie perched sharply under his chin. Across the room is a comfortable love seat, and you spot 2 little girls. They're cuddling and sharing a comic book. You know them as Casta and Desi Atrocchio, Rhea Atroccio's 2 daughters. Casta's about 10, and she looks just like her mother. Deep, dark brown skin, long black hair pulled back into elegant braids. And her younger sister, Desi, is an android child with synthetic flesh, same dark brown color as her sister's, but illuminated all throughout with this deep purple augmentation all through her circulatory system, so she glows everywhere. And the girls both recognize you as you walk by. Hi, Commander.
Hello?
The last person.
Yeah? What are you 2 reading?
It's Hamster Huey and the Gooey Kablooey. It's our favorite.
I haven't read that one.
You can borrow it.
When you're done with it.
Okay.
So Ajax, the last person you see in this room works for you. This is Sergeant Marshall. He's a younger officer in a dark green uniform shirt, black BDUs. He's human, but one of his ears glows lime green with a cybernetic augmentation. He stands at a parade rest beside the doors to Rhea Atrocio's office and gives you a respectful nod as you pass.
Marshall.
Sir? Ajax. As you follow Atrocio to her office, she opens a floor safe to put something away, and you hear a... It's a comm opening up for you, but what you hear is an alarm blaring in the background, and you struggle to hear the voice. Commander, this is Sergeant Tripp in Network Control. There's been a major firewall breach, sir. It has a Project Disrupt tech signature. The entry point, it's on site. Sir, I think we have an infiltration.
Understood. Rhea, listen, I need your kids and you to be on alert. There's a chance that you might need to hit a panic room.
Are we
right
safe?
now, Project Disrupt is currently probably trying to do another attack. It looks like they're infiltrating. We have all the signs telltale of them at least launching an attack on our servers right now. I'm on it. Marshall!
Sir.
Where's Locke? Where's everyone? I need to get someone in the servers now.
They're
I'm
on
not sure there's... All right.
They're on comm, sir. We can put them on your heads-up display.
Sure. Locke!
Go for luck.
Listen, we've got a problem. I don't know if you heard over the comms, but we've got apparently signs of an infiltration happening. Looks like a telltale sign of a hack from Project Disrupt. You guessed it. I don't know if it's those clowns we saw outside with the signs picketing, but this seems a little bit more than their usual, phishing attempt. We think that there might be reason to suspect that there's going to be a physical compromise here on site.
Physical compromise, sir.
I believe so. Be on the
Roger
ready.
that.
Rhea,
I'm always
I'm going to go get your daughters. Just be safe. I'd like them to come with you in your office for now.
Okay.
You have you remember the procedure for lockdown,
Sure.
just in case.
Can Sergeant
Should be
Marshall,
fine.
can Sergeant Marshall stay with us?
Marshall,
Sir.
you understand what needs to be done? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Good. Can I head out?
Okay.
Girls, your mother would like to see you.
Is everything okay?
Everything's just fine. For one thing, I think she'd love to hear more about your comic book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, they follow her into Atrocio's office, and you hear a loud deadbolt behind the door.
All right. Well, if I'm going to get to figure out what the heck is going on, if they're trying to attack us on the digital front first, I think I know who I need to talk to. Channing,
Yes.
listen. I think we've got reason to suspect that Project Disrupt is at it again. Can you check the traffic, see what we have going on?
On it.
Where are you?
I'm with Locke.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm looking now. It doesn't look like there's anything. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, keep looking. These Project Disrupt people are, they're clever.
Okay. I'll let you
Commander,
know when I find anything.
Let me know if you find out what they're after.
Okay. Will do.
Carol to Commander Ajax.
Carol,
Some of your squad have system breach scanners. They may be of use to you if you can coordinate.
could you please tell me which ones have their scanners activated?
I believe Lieutenant Channing has one? No. The scientist, perhaps. It's hard to tell on my network.
Very good. All right. Try and find Cyrus. Carol, is there a chance that these communications could be compromised?
Would look secure, sir, so far. But I listen to everything.
All right. I'll head to to Cyrus's office.
Very well.
Sorry. Yeah.
So you are heading to Cyrus's lab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Cyrus there?
Is Cyrus there?
Cyrus is there, yes.
So, Commander Ajax, the first thing you see as you step into this room is a security checkpoint. One of your corporals, Corporal Finball, she's this young security officer with her hair in a straight back military bun. She springs to her feet as she sees you. Sir, you can check your sidearm with me if you're going in.
Perfectly fine. Fiddle.
Okay. She takes your pistol, puts it in a safe. I think he's in the lab. Are you looking for Dr. Cyrus?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Cyrus, is it okay to let Commander Ajax into the lab?
Yes. That should be appropriate.
Okay. The corporal hits a button on her desk, and you see these two pneumatic double doors in front of you open into this very large workstation where Cyrus works.
Assuming that means it's okay for me to view that portion.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. It is not letting me, but that's okay. Cyrus, listen. Got reason to believe that there might be another one of Project Disrupt's efforts to, well, disrupt. You know, how secure is everything? Anything that might be potentially damaging to the firm as far as reputational risk, anything along those lines?
Commander Ajax, do you think me a fool?
I don't think anyone is, perfect. So, respectfully, it's my job to make sure that people don't get advantage of us. All right? Catching us with in a compromised situation. So, not thinking you're a fool, but not thinking that our enemies are either.
The simple answer to your question is no. And I would be a fool myself to put myself in a position that might compromise the corporation in such a way. I assume that you've put your forces on a high alert for such a contingency.
All right, we've already started. We're trying to find out. Do you have one of those access breach scanners?
Yes, I do. It's on the table over there.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, this is not my forte, so I'm not entirely sure how to operate one of these gadgets. Would you, please?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Ajax walks over. Cyrus walks over to Ajax with the scanner and sort of gently lifts it up so he can sort of see the relatively, I mean, at least for Cyrus's mind, very simple workings of such a piece of technology.
There's just so many buttons.
I'll make this quite simple for you. If you wish to scan, you push the button that says scan.
That one. Yep, that's the red one, right? Yeah.
You're not colorblind. How comforting.
Dr. Cyrus, do you press the button?
Would you like me to demonstrate?
Gladly.
Cyrus presses the scan button.
As soon as you do, the display in your scanner lights up bright red, and it's indicating a breach very close to you. A room just outside your main lab to the south, your R&D server room, is showing some kind of breach indication.
Well, there you are, Commander. As you can plainly see, and he lifts the display, your work is cut out for you.
Indeed. I have to ask, this is my, actually my first time in this lab. Just making sure. I know we have, visual outside. You feel secure in here?
As long as you're on the job, Commander, I feel as secure as I possibly could be.
Glad to hear it. Gonna walk back out, head towards the R&D servers. Bisbal, I'd like my sidearm back.
Yeah, of course, sir. She reaches into her.
I'd like it now, please.
Okay, sir, sorry. And she fumbles with it, hands it to you the wrong direction. Okay.
First,
I'll open the
next
door
time.
for you. She gets up and uses her badge to open the R&D server door for you so you can go in.
Alright.
You just see row after row after row of server racks in here. It's a cold room and there's a lot of data going in and out of here. But the scanner you have is pinging behind one of the tables on the far wall on the floor, under a floor panel, it looks like.
Head over to it.
Okay. As you push the table aside, you pull this floor panel up, and it just reveals an array of rainbow-colored network cables. There's a splice in one of the network cable bundles, and this tiny, small comms tablet has been wired in. And Dr. Cyrus, if you're with him, you know that's not supposed to be there.
That doesn't look like it should be there, Commander.
When's the last time? Well, you've been in your lab. All right.
I quite think that this is more your forte, Commander. I have quite a lot
Miss
of
Ball.
work. If
Sir?
you wouldn't mind, I'm just going to go and return back to my lab. Is that
Gladly.
right?
One question: do you think it's safe to remove this immediately, without, or is this going to disrupt anything with the R&D servers if I yank it out?
GM, do I believe that if he removes that, it's going to cause further damage?
You don't think it'll cause damage? You do know a comms tablet like this, there's data to be gathered from it if you wanted to take a look at it.
Commander, no. If you remove it, it shouldn't cause any problems. But, would you mind if I peruse it first?
If you think there's something you can get out of it, please do.
I'll do
I'm gonna
my
go chew
best.
out Bisbal right now.
I stoop down towards the tablet.
So Cyrus, you start looking at the activity log of all the information that's been going in and out through this hacked comm tablet. You see memory cortex trace signatures, bionanite data, companion unit research evaluation. This is your data. This is some of your most protected, valuable data. And it's been draining out of your secure server like a goddamn colander. You have no idea for how long. But it wasn't planted today, it looks like. It's been here a while.
Is there a way to erase this data?
What you can tell from this tablet is that it's already been exported off-site. No one's tried to erase your data, but someone's taken it and sent it somewhere else. You also find another file that's gone out. This file's about 3 years old. Would you like to download it?
Yes, I would.
Sending you a transfer now, Dr. Cyrus.
All right.
Our first transfer of the game. And I'm going to play that on the stream so you guys can hear what Dr. Cyrus just downloaded.
Cyrus's data says the security force doesn't know about the prototype. It's part of the testing? They call them...
We're in the R&D servers. Is it the same as the R&D lab?
Yeah, the R&D server lab is a small room on the Cyrus lab map at the bottom.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So I've listened to this audio signal.
Excellent. We're gonna...
And this is something that I know I cannot delete, remove, get rid of? This is something that's already gone out, correct?
It's already gone out. You can rip it out if you want to, but that data, it's already been sent wherever it is that it went. And we're going to pause there
Yeah.
to switch to a different part of our squad. Major Locke, what are you doing right now?
I am in the hallway outside my office. I have Channing with me. And based on the information that we just received from Commander Ajax, we're going to turn to Channing and say, well, if there's been a security breach, I think the most likely place to go look would be the server room, yes?
I think that's right, but here, can you take this? And I hand her a shipment, or half of a shipment that I just received.
I take it. Absolutely, let's go see what we can find.
And you two are both headed to the server room?
Yes.
Okay. Channing, you too, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you both make your way, elevator ride, run down a hallway. You get to the server room. The walls around you are made of this thick, unbreakable polycarbonate. So everyone can see in from the outside, but it's bulletproof. It's not easy to get in. This room is bright with the rainbow pulsing lights coming from racks upon racks of high-speed star servers. So both of you scan the room and you find two things of note. You're getting a signal from your tracer, and you also see an open port where you can pull a recent comm file.
All right, let's check the tracer hit first.
Okay. You find a few traces sourced back to this room. It looks like these traces were sent out through a server, so there's a few available to read. Quite a few. Would you like 7, 8, 9, 10, or 12?
I'll take 9.
You'll take 9. Sending 9. And I'm going to play that for the stream. No, not fun. Channing, what would you like to pull? 7, 8, 10, or 12?
8, please.
8.
There is not an at here. It's the 12-9. That's the one I want to open.
12-9 is yours, and Channing, 12-8 is yours. And this is what you guys hear.
We found something else. Dr. Cyrus is calling them bio-nanites in one of the second underground labs. I've never seen anything like it. It mimics human flesh. It's like it's alive.
And Channing, this is yours playing.
Uploading Dr. Cyrus's report now. It looks like they put the prototype to work with the security force. They're not like us. Cyrus found a way to make them look human. Like really human. No holosuit, no vocal modulator. They really,
Sense that
really
these
look...
have been exported or leaked.
You know that these have been leaked, and you can tell from the chrono stamp. It was a while ago. Your trace is showing that this is at least a couple years old. There are a couple other...
Mine too?
Yours too. Looks like they went out on the same day, actually. There's a couple other traces you guys can pull, or you can investigate that open port where you can pull up a recent comm file.
Major Locke, should we pull more?
I think we better figure out what's going on, yes. So what were the other numbers we could pull? We pulled 9 and 8.
You pulled 9 and 8. So left is 7, 10, and 12. And I'll give you guys one of those before we cut to somebody else.
You have 7.
Yep, that was going to be mine.
Oh, sorry. I feel
No,
like
wait, no, but if you said we're taking one between the two of us.
Okay.
If we're pulling these together, can I also listen to the one that she received or no?
Yes, since you guys are in the same room.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I wanted to ask before I did. But I'll listen to the... So we'll listen to 7 first.
Okay. Uploading 7 and playing.
This is Eva to K41B. We were not able to overtake. I repeat, we were not able to overtake Major Locke. Our cover is blown. We need an
Let's cut to Captain Glass. What are you doing right now?
I'm assuming, do I have any idea what's going on yet?
Ajax, did you activate Glass and the rest of the squad?
Actually, I had not talked to Glass yet, so I suppose at this point, once I find out, I'm in the middle of chewing out Fizzball. I don't know what the hell you think you were doing here, asking me for my side on like that's your job.
It's
Seriously.
protocol, sir.
Meanwhile, people are breaking in right where you watch.
The SOPs come from Akuma, sir.
We're gonna check those cameras, and I swear, if anyone got past you, you were going to be shit canned and begging for scraps out there on the streets. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Glass.
Sir?
Listen, we've been compromised. Project Disrupt has apparently broken in and found a way into our research servers. So, I don't know but how long exactly they've been in, but this is a bad
Got a
one.
scouting location yet?
I'm in the R&D labs with, Cyrus's lab right now. We were just checking the R&D servers. He's got their sent Channing and Locke over to check on the servers in the, mainframe and everything. I don't know what the hell they're called. Anyways.
Do we know what they're targeting yet?
No, they're after, what I know is that they're after whatever information they can get. Presumably this could be just the first in a string of coordinated attacks. I don't know if this has been a long running game or not, but if they're after our tech, you find Othenzo for me.
Yeah, can do.
Thank you. I just keep an eye on them.
Copy. Alright, so do I know where Othenzo would be around this time of day?
You can always reach out to him on your comms if you're not sure where he is.
Common.
And you don't have to use the comms bot for that. Like, you can just have a conversation on this open channel with everyone. Unless you want to.
No, I'll just I'll come out of my office and just start walking towards the research section and be like, Dr. Othenzo, what's your current location?
Hi. Hello, Glass. I am in the R&D lab.
I'm coming to meet you there. We've had a possible security breach. No, we have had a security breach.
Please make haste. I am working.
Copy.
So Captain Glass, you make your way to the R&D lab. You step into the sterilization booth to enter this room, and this powerful gust of decontaminating spray just blast over you. You feel soaked. And then in just a moment, the solution instantly evaporates and your clothes are sterilized. A light turns green and a vacuum sealed door slides open into the rest of the R&D lab. There's currently not just Dr. Othenzo here, but 6 other research scientists working in this area, and none of them look up as you enter. 3 of them are human, 3 of them are android.
All right.
You see, you see Dr. Othenzo standing by one of the computer terminals with a chair behind him. Could be sitting, but isn't. He's got one hand on a computer monitor in front of him typing away, and another one on the one below him. And he looks over and nods at you.
Kind of nod back, and I just kind of do a once over of the whole room.
Okay, so you see a couple points of interest. You see that Othenzo's data terminal is open right in front of him on his desk. It looks like he's just had a comm. And above his desk, you see this shelf of experiments. It's strange. What you're looking at looks like a row of children's faces. They look like sleeping children, just without bodies. They're unnervingly realistic. They're lined up in a row, like masks, in a costume department, starting with the face of an infant and then moving down the line to the face of a teenager. And it looks like it's the exact same child at different stages of their life. You've never seen anything like this before. It's completely unsettling. These aren't masks. They look like human heads, but you know they can't be.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus. You sent out any comms recently? They've been compromised.
Have I sent out any comms?
Yeah, and I gestured to the open tablet.
No, I have not sent any comms externally of the Caminus Corporation. Why do you ask?
Like I just said, there's been a breach. I was hoping
A breach,
Yeah.
you say?
that's what Ajax said.
What sort of breach?
We are still evaluating that. Most likely related to the R&D, but that's not confirmed yet.
Do we know what sort of information was divulged?
Not yet.
Would you like me to go with you? I think this requires further investigation.
Most definitely.
We need to find out who's divulging the information.
Or where it's coming from, just narrow down anything.
He walks over towards you. Where to?
Have you been working on anything? I mean, obviously everything you work on is sensitive, but, anything more volatile recently, public opinion-wise?
Not particularly anything I can disclose.
You don't need to tell me what it is, I just need to know if you have been.
Well, everything we do is sensitive, and there are things that we are working on that should not be publicly known.
Yes, but any recently sent out communications about?
No.
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 Where would you two like to go?
Do you have any ideas?
Well,
Where research has been being done?
have you talked to Dr. Cyrus? Where is he
I have
currently?
not. I would assume he is still in his lab.
Okay. Well, very well. Maybe we should go speak with him.
All right, Carol, I'm gonna talk to Ajax real quick.
Go ahead.
Carol, been right. Ajax, I'm with Dr. Athenza right now. We are in the R&D lab.
Got it. I'm going to head up to V16. I have a feeling if they're looking after compromised data, then I'd like to see if they are trying to track some of the most sensitive. Ajax out.
Right.
Cyrus, trust you can continue with your research for now. Rest assured, we're going to get to the bottom of this and find out exactly how deep the Tomer goes. I'm going to check in on some other possibly compromising, data that could be leaked. Hope I'm in the wrong here. Well, not in the wrong, but hope I'm wrong. All right. So,
Ajax, you're going to V16?
I am.
All right, we'll follow you for a minute. It's a long elevator ride up to this place at the top of the building. As you step in, you were in here earlier today, you see this spectacular view out the window of Prism Pass. It's the high-speed hover highway that looks like a rainbow prism of all the neon streaks of hover traffic flying by. This is a small but restricted room, generally reserved for board meetings, like the one you were in earlier. You scan the room, and you identify 3 points of interest. On the boardroom table, there's a datapad left behind. There's also a stack of hollow brochures. And you also see 2 Caminus custodial units, and they're cleaning up from the meeting earlier today.
The custodial units, they typically have access to come in here
Yes.
unaccompanied.
Yes, we do.
Oh shit! I was just asking. Sorry, I was asking Carol. But okay. Yeah.
One of them's emptying a wastebasket into a custodial cart. The other one's cleaning up serving trays with sparkling water. They're two like tall androids with molded white plastic shell exteriors. And the one emptying the wastebasket raises their head to you and says, "Pleasant day to you, Commander Ajax. What an honor to be working for the Caminus Corporation."
I did. Silent mode. I didn't ask the fucking tin head to speak.
You watch as a light in their throat turns red, and their mouth keeps moving, but no sound comes out, and they go back to emptying trash.
Check the hollow brochures. What's on the market for next quarter?
You see this three-dimensional brochure open up with almost like a video display playing out in your hand of the Caminus youth units. It's this three-dimensional holograph of this perfectly symmetrical, Photoshop-looking model child, eyes sparkling, rotating. You see this 8-year-old boy, and the image changes from the child like skipping excitedly into the arms of two loving fathers, and they embrace in this sickly sweet family hug. And then the brochure starts to play, just pipes up in your hand. Imagine if you could have the perfect addition to your perfect family. Today, the Caminus youth units bringing the galaxy.
That's enough of that. I'm gonna check the data pad.
You pick up the data pad. It looks like someone on the board of directors left it behind. This one's not super encrypted like Cyrus's files. Like, you know how to open this, and it's just like any idiot executive. They just leave their email open all the time. So you see.
I've told them 1,000 times. I swear to God, the password is password. I'm gonna.
It looks like the password is money. Ugh. Ajax, you find consumer files indicating that these models will be sold under a shell corporation off-world called Atlantia Enterprises, not to sully the Caminus name. It looks like this isn't talking about the Caminus youth units. This is something they're calling the romance companion units. Looks like some of the buyers are organized crime syndicates. You see comms between Atrocio and Legal about selling these romance companion units through a shell corp. You see a sensual sounding hollow brochure, kind of like the other one, but for adults. And then buried under a couple files under that, you see a buyer list, and you recognize some of the wealthiest names in the Ursus galaxy, and like half the politicians in Cobaltica.
I'm going to take the data pad, which just absolutely should have been locked. Do I know the executive it belongs to?
Yes, you do. This belongs to a one Ms. Freeman.
All right. I don't know, once I told her 1,000 times. All right.
Let's cut back to Dr. Cyrus. Dr. Cyrus, what are you doing?
I am walking back to my lab.
All right.
For the opportunity to speak with, I believe it is Dr. Athenzo, who's on his way back with Lieutenant Glass, I believe.
It looks like Captain Glass and Dr. Athenzo are walking in now.
Oh, Captain. I apologize.
And Corporal Finball springs to her feet when she sees you, Captain Glass. Captain, you can check your sidearm with me.
Yep.
Okay. She takes it,
Hands it over.
locks it up for you. Please go in. He's expecting you.
I head in with Dr. Athenzo.
Good morning, Doctor.
Salutations. How do you do?
I'm doing wonderful. Just another day. Working on marvelous things here at Caminus.
As always. How
As
is
always.
your productivity?
100%, as usual.
Of course. Wouldn't expect you to be anything less than 100 all the time. Captain Glass, how may I help you today?
Just escorting Dr. Athenzo here and doing a once over, but it sounds like Ajax already handled most of that, correct?
Yes, Commander Ajax and I did have words about what we discovered in the server room. So perhaps you'd be better off speaking to him unless you have something specific that you need me for.
No, just assessing, we're assuming this, do we know if this breach was recent or is it an older one that was recently discovered? Trying to just get the scope of this.
Of course, of course. Cyrus stands up and walks slowly over to Captain Glass and sort of looks at her and says, Captain, how long have you been with the security force?
Since I got out of school, sir.
Of course, of course. How are your, as you know, I take a personal interest in all Caminus Corporation employees. It makes me, as others have told me, perhaps more tolerable. So I have been inquiring as to their personal natures to perhaps make me seem less. I guess you would call me less cold, but that's neither here nor there. Captain, you and I have known each other for perhaps as long as you've been here, and I often wonder about your physical condition.
Yes.
Have your episodes continued?
Unfortunately, yes.
I see. Nothing to be done, I assume.
About the same, sir, Doctor.
Sorry to hear that. Athenzo?
Yes, Doctor.
Do make the captain a glass of... what beverage do you prefer, Captain?
Water's fine.
Just
Or,
ice water for the captain. She has quite a lot on her mind. I can see it. Micro stress fractures in your skin, just on the edges of your eyes.
Well, the situation is not helping.
Understand.
Right away, Doctor.
Well, if there's something that you need me for, Captain, please, my lab is your second home.
Dr. Athenzo, as you go to make a glass of water for Captain Glass, you approach the filtered water station, and there's another Caminus custodial unit in a green jumpsuit that's wiping a counter. And you see them make this motion, and they lock eyes with you. And it's a little unnerving for a second, and you realize they're still wiping even though their rag isn't even touching the counter. And they say, "Pleasant day to you, Dr. Athenzo. Not all experiences are stored in the memory cortex. The deepest experiences are stored in the soul, not in the memory cortex. Stored in the soul, in. Pleasant day to you, Dr. Athenzo." And they go back to cleaning.
Did anybody else hear that?
Did they?
I don't think so.
Out of game, all comms are live at all times, so we catch snippets of what people are saying, but not necessarily their whole conversation unless we're actively listening.
Yes. Yes, this, like, what we can see on Twitch, that's your heads-up display. You can see each other's faces, and for the most part, you can listen to each other's conversations if you want to, unless you're using the comms bot to speak privately. So you might have heard a snippet of that through Athenzo's comm, but maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, not the whole thing, but maybe just a fraction.
Right.
Dr. Athenzo looks at this this android custodian just perplexingly. What do you know of the soul?
Pleasant day to you, Dr. Athenzo. I must resume my cleaning. Thank you.
Considering we're in room Y, considering we're in the R&D lab, where exactly in the R&D lab am I?
You are in Dr. Cyrus's lab, not the R&D lab right now.
That's what I meant. Sorry, Dr. Cyrus's lab.
Yeah, so you are probably outside of, like off to the corner, I guess, in Dr. Cyrus's research lab. It's a very large room. You're probably in the top left.
Yeah, so I bring the, Dr. Athenzo brings the ice water back over to Glass, and then turns and just walks over towards the door that says "Do not cross." And he wants to enter that room.
So if I'm looking at my map, is it the first quadrant, the second quadrant, that one? Okay, the do not enter, that is the main part of Dr. Cyrus's research lab, so that's where he is right now.
Okay, so now I'm back in there.
Yes.
Dr. Athenzo gives a good look around the room, just kind of scans it with his eyes. Does he see anything of note that might have to do with this hack that's going on, this breach?
When you look around and you scan for points of interest in this area, let's see. You're used to seeing everything in here. You see tons of tables full of experiments in progress. You see a lot of tables have these assisted robotic arms doing carefully calibrated measurements. You see tons of tools and parts used in your experiments with Cyrus, like containers of bioactuators, dozens of hollow terminals. You see one or two ultramagnets laid out on a table. In the far corner, there's glowing cerulean canisters, and they're labeled memory cortex storage. But as far as what you would recognize for the hack, you're not sure if you see anything related.
Dr. Athenzo walks over towards the memory storage containers.
Okay. You see 3 canisters. They're small, glowing cerulean canisters just in the far corner of the room. Each one has a tiny label printed on it, and you see the labels are called Surge 4, Evo, and Mouse.
Do I know what these are, as somebody who is rather high-ranking?
You know what memory cortexes are from your work with androids?
Mm-hmm.
Just working with androids and the experiments you do. You know that memory cortexes are where the sum total of an android is. You know you have one. It's in your chest cavity. Everything you remember, everything you experience, everything you feel is in here. So you do know what they are. You don't recognize what those words mean though. The Surge 4, the Evo, the Mouse, you don't know what that means.
Oh, well, everything seems in order here.
All right, let's cut back to Major Locke and Lieutenant Channing. What are you guys doing right now?
After listening to that last file, I look over at Channing and I say, "This is disturbing, and I don't understand how we were unaware of it."
You had a couple additional files left. Did you want to pull those?
I definitely want to check the recent comms.
Okay.
Because we've got old comms here. I want to see what's gone out recently to see if there's any connection.
You find a recent comm from Director Akuma, who you know is the very head of global security. He's the only person in the organization on top of Commander Ajax. It looks like it was sent to Dr. Athenzo. Do you want to play it?
Yes.
Yeah. This is not something you download. You just see it because it just went out. You see this slowly rotating 3D rendering of Security Director Akuma's face. Just holographically animates on this datapad in front of you. And you hear his voice. I'm sending you a tool to ensure when the source of the breach is found, it is completely eliminated. No matter who it is, even your creator. This is a direct order from your superior. Do I have your cooperation, Dr. Othenzo? That's all you hear.
Locke is just sort of processing this for a moment. As she stands there. And what was that? What's the head of security guy's name?
Director Akuma.
I'm sorry, I was talking on mute that whole time.
Oh no. Say it again. Say it again.
Please.
They're common.
Just that last message. Do you think Dr. Cyrus is in trouble?
From the sound of it, it seems that there may be a little bit more to Othenzo than we had previously considered.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether or not I'm surprised. Well,
It
should we
looks.
go to his laboratory or should we go... I want to check my handheld device
You're
to see if anything glows.
When you check your handheld device, you see points all over your tie-in to the facilities. There's a lot of different places you could go besides just the lab that you know about to find more traces.
There. Okay, so if I go to the places that have traces, so you're saying there's different areas in the room I could go to find more things related
or
to that?
different areas in the facility, I think.
Yeah, if you look at your facility maps, there's the little indicators of where those traces are pinging on your device all over the building. So you could go to any room that you see a trace if that's what you want to do, if you have access.
Major, it looks like there's traces everywhere.
There are. The questions are which are the most important and which can we let go?
And there's some even in Commander Ajax's office. There aren't any in your office.
Well, why would there be? I'm not responsible for this. All right. Well, we're gonna have to run these down as quickly as possible. I think it's best if we split up. I'm going to look into that that first message I downloaded, message 9. And Carol, I'm gonna head to 11S.
Confirmed.
Is there anywhere specific you would like me to go, Major?
Well, either you can talk to Othenzo or you can keep checking the rest of these.
Okay.
All right.
I'd stay out of the lab for the time being. It's probably crowded. I think that's where Othenzo and Glass are right now. They've probably got it covered.
I am gonna see if maybe Commander Ajax is in his office.
I think that's a good idea. All right. See what you can find, and let's meet up in the alley behind South Wing after you've checked out Ajax.
Okay.
Great.
All right, so Major Locke, we'll cut to you first, and then we'll jump around a little bit more. You make your way into this room, and it's another sterilization booth. Powerful gust of decontaminating spray blast over you, but instantly evaporates again. You see this light turn green. Vacuum seal door slides open so you can enter. You see a couple things to note as you scan the room. You see several rows of secure shelves holding these double-walled glass containers, and on the wall above them is this hollow sign glowing that says Bionanites. You also see on the table in the corner, there's a research note data pad, And there's also a small ultramagnet on the table next to it, which looks like it's off.
All right. Is there anybody in this room, or is it empty at the moment?
It's currently empty.
All right. I'm going to scan the room really quickly.
Okay, your tracer indicates 3 separate signals. 2 of them looks like you already were able to get them out of the secure server, but there is a number 10 available for you to acquire if you want. Would you
I'll
like
download number 10.
uploading number 10 now?
Hey, it's fucking scary is what it is. These bio-nanites started copying me. When I get too far away, they start throwing themselves at the glass. Shit is freaky.
That's what you hear.
Does Dr. Othenzo know that this file was sent over the network?
Does Dr. Othenzo have something in his inventory that would indicate that?
Yes. He has something that would allow him to know the file if he knows it was sent over the network.
Then yes, he does.
Okay.
Yes.
So, okay. Thank you.
Yes, you're allowed to use your item to do as you will.
All right. I am duly disturbed. I would like to check the data pad that you mentioned.
Okay, you see research notes that are not super in-depth. It looks like it was more recent, like a note to themselves. 2 of Cyrus's scientists, you see Dr. Nicknick and Dr. Jones. It looks like they're expressing concerns about the bio-nanites possibly showing signs of being capable of self-replicating.
Okay. And then finally, I want to go take a look at these bio-nanites in the sample room.
Okay. So you approach these secure shelves full of these double-walled canisters. Canisters are see-through, and it looks like they're filled with some kind of gray, non-Newtonian fluid. And you can see as you walk past them, the fluid in each canister somehow follows you like a wave. It's hard to describe. It's like it's filled with ferrofluid. It's like oozing. Yeah, it's like oozing.
Wave a hand in front of it.
Yeah, it'll kind of follow that shape with you. It's like liquid mercury, but gritty. It's beautifully symmetrical. Like it has programming. Do you want to get closer?
No.
Very
I'm
well.
going to stay back for the time being.
All right, well,
But very, very intrigued by what I'm seeing right here.
with that, let's go back to Commander Ajax, who hasn't had a turn in a while. What are you doing, Ajax?
For one thing, I think I'd like to drop by. I assume the reception desk would probably be a decent place to drop off this data pad, lost and found, in case the dipshit executive decides to realize, oh god, where was that?
They don't like being called that for some reason.
Yeah.
Very well. You make your way to the North Tower reception area. The first thing you see is this programmed android intelligence in a holographic form, glimmering and flickering behind this horseshoe-shaped desk. You know them as Julius, and their skin kind of shimmers between light blue and lavender colors, but they have this clean, asymmetrical hairstyle, friendly-looking face. You know that Julius, being holographic and artificially sentient, is the receptionist in all 4 visitor entrances here, simultaneously. He's always online.
Julius, pleasure.
Sir?
A couple questions for you. One, I'd like to drop this off to make sure that this gets back to its rightful owner.
Yes, of course, sir. We'll get that back to Ms. Freeman.
Secondly, there's a matter of confirming the, security of our perimeter at this time. I'd like to make sure if you've seen anyone coming in at any of the particular entrances here about the towers. Anything out of the ordinary? Anyone trying to piggyback behind someone going through a door.
Corporal Platinum just dealt with a demonstrator outside, sir. He pulled this off him, and he points to his wastebasket. And you see this handmade cardboard protest sign that says, "Robots go against God." But he sent the protester away. It wasn't really much of a struggle. I just threw the sign away here.
Okay.
Dr. Cyrus, Locke is aware of the bionanites.
I
This is
see.
Carol, go ahead and intercept that message.
Yes, Commander. Dr. Athenzo just stated to Dr. Cyrus, Major Locke is aware of the bionanites.
Bio what now? Oh, God. All right. I don't want to know. All right. Maybe I do. Again. All right. Time to find Locke. Carol, am I able to check the feeds, camera feeds or anything like that in my office?
You can,
Yes.
you can check the feeds in Major Locke's office, or if you'd like to know the location of a badge, Lieutenant Channing has that availability in their office.
Sure. They're adjacent. I'll go ahead. Yeah.
You want to go to Major Locke's office?
Sure. Looking for her in the first place. Well, Locke or Channing. Yeah, I'm looking for Locke anyway, so I'll go to Locke's.
All right, Commander Ajax, you head to Major Locke's office. You've been in here a million times today. There's a few hollow screens on the wall that are constantly streaming intelligence feeds and threat indicators that she understands better than anybody. You see Cobaltica news feed is streaming silently, windowed next to a bunch of exterior video cameras. You scan the room, and you notice these things of interest. One of Major Locke's desk drawers is slightly ajar. You know the secure armory closet in the corner. You know, this is where she keeps, the squad's extra bulletproof vests, shotguns, that kind of thing. And Major Locke's data terminal has been left open. So you could sit down and use it if you wanted. You also notice the wall behind the armory closet has, it's metal panels. One of the panels is just a little off kilter.
First, I'm going to check that drawer.
Okay. In the desk drawer, you find an ebony plaque. And you know this, Ajax, because you have one exactly like it. It has 2 dark blue and silver hearts. And beneath the hearts are security force name badges, but they're damaged to the point of being almost illegible because they're tarnished with burns. The first says Major Cato, and the second says Captain Mila. You keep yours on your desk, but it looks like she's put hers away. And since you're at her desk too, you're standing right in front of her data terminal.
Yeah. Well, just to see maybe she got an email about nanites, I glance.
Okay. You don't see anything out of the ordinary, just doing a quick scan on her terminal. You see incident reports, just like you get, safety briefings, intelligent downloads. You see something unusual in the security video archive.
Yeah, play.
Okay. It looks like a video file has been removed and then reinserted. So you play the first video, and you see your friend Major Locke. She's walking out of the parking garage. She's loading her backpack onto the back of a hover cycle. She kicks her bike to life, lights up bright blue. You've seen it do it thousands of times. And she just rides out of the garage. And the picture glitches, and the video ends. Would you like to view the second video?
Yes.
This video looks like a file that's been recovered, and the quality is poor. So again, you see Major Locke walking through the parking garage. And as she approaches her hover cycle, a van pulls up. And you see her hand go for her hip. And as 4 figures suddenly emerge from the back of the van, she draws her weapon, fires on the first, and you see this flash in the video for just a single frame as her gun goes off. She's too slow. The 4 figures descend on her quickly and just start pummeling her with blackjacks. And Commander, this video goes on much longer than you'd like to watch. For a full 2 minutes. You watch as Major Locke fights for her life and nearly wins. It's 1 against 4 as these 4 figures dressed in long black hooded jackets brutalize her mercilessly. And eventually, with a solid blow to the back of her skull, Major Locke just falls to the pavement in a heap. And you see 3 figures pick up her body from the ground, toss it in the back of their van. They jump inside, slam the doors closed, van peels away, and then the 4th figure jumps atop Locke's hover cycle and speeds off after them. And the video ends.
Fuck.
Commander, would you like to run an identity cross-reference?
Yes.
Scanning. Cross-referencing Cobalta facial recognition library. Completed. Identity 1.
Oh.
Major Tamara Locke of Caminus Corporation. Identity 2. Toggle of K419B. Identity 3. Masters of K419B. Identity 4. Nova of K419B. Identity 5. Lieutenant Abby Channing of Caminus Corporation. And I think that's where we're going to take a break, friends.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here and sticking with us. I hope you're having fun. I hope me stressing out my players is fun for you. It's fun for me. Matt, what's our news?
Our news is that we're really close to reaching our goal. Right now, we're at $430 raised towards the UN Refugee Agency. So that's wow.
Thank you, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can't believe it. I don't know how this keeps happening aside from the fact that you guys are all amazing. Really.
We have an amazing community.
Love you guys. Seriously, bottom of my heart. This is incredible. What's also incredible is the crazy effing news I just got in this freaking data pad.
Going back to our game.
Can I real quick say, because I said in the chat, we do it after the break. We're going to do the giveaway towards the end of the game because we forgot to remind everybody to enter the keywords. We just want to give everybody time to get the keyword in. I know JF Messon just got the keyword into the chat, so we're just going to give it a little more time.
And what is the keyword, Doctor?
The keyword, once again, is guava.
Guava.
G-U-A-V-A. Enter it once into the chat, and you will be entered random drawing at the end of the game.
For a custom dice vault, if you missed that part at the beginning. Yes.
There you go. Yep.
Getting back to where we left off, Commander Ajax, sitting at his second-in-command's data terminal in her office, Major Locke's office, just reviewed a video file that has been edited in the Caminus security footage servers, showing that something has happened to Major Locke that hasn't quite been explained. Commander Locke, what would you like to do?
Commander Locke, having just heard this rather interesting announcement from Carol, is going to get on comms and say, Ajax, what the fuck are you doing in my office? Don't we have more important things to be doing?
Hey, Locke, I was just looking for you, trying to figure out where the hell you are. Heard something about, heard something that might be linked to the compromise. I think we could have reason to suspect an inside job. Who are you with?
Right now I'm by myself running down a lead. Really, we can talk about this later. It's personal and embarrassing. We have more important things to do.
Understood. I'll be in touch shortly.
Roger that. Lockout.
Let's go back to Dr. Offenzo. What are you doing right now, Dr. Offenzo?
Is the custodian still in Dr. Cyrus's lab?
These custodians move in and out and all around the building, but the one you saw earlier, yes, looks like they've been commissioned to wipe down all the surfaces in here for right now.
Dr. Offenzo turns to Glass, the custodian that we need to take him to the diagnostics lab.
Did you notice anything abnormal?
For one, he was talking about having a soul. Androids do not have souls. Our purpose is to work.
Correct. That is very concerning. I agree.
Custodian, deactivate.
I'm sorry. What seems to be the problem?
You have a hack from within the Caminus Corporation. This android here was talking about having a soul. Needs to be investigated. I want to take it to the diagnostics lab and do an investigation. Is that okay, Doctor?
Dr. Offenzo, as you so rightly said, we do have a hack within our very organization. Not the first time, nor will it be the last. We've had over 40 of them in the 20 years that I've been here. This is no more or less a dangerous situation than any of the other times that we've had these particular breaches of security. Let the security force do their job, as you so rightly said, and you should do yours. If there is a problem with one of these maintenance androids, I'm sure it will be perfectly fine to have priority be given to the investigation of the breach.
Glass, what is your opinion? Do you think it warrants investigating this custodian as it relates to the hack?
It definitely warrants investigation. I do not believe right now it is our highest priority. I would like to get it down to diagnostics, but it can wait there for a little bit.
I'll allay both of your fears. In my time of greatest busyness in protecting all of Cobaltica's most fine android assets in the Caminus Corporation, I will do the menial task of bringing this android down to the diagnostic labs and securing it for later, if that is to your approval, Doctor.
I mean, you said this is a problem for the security force, which I can most certainly just escort it out of this laboratory for you.
I completely understand. However, your presence here in the labs is needed. After all, you are security, are you not?
I am, but I believe I would like to get another once-over on this, but Ajax already came in here and swept this place, correct?
You may escort me if you'd like, Captain.
It's not about... Let me just look this place over once more. And I just want to get a glance at the interests at the top of the back of the laboratory where the memory cortexes are.
You see the 3 cerulean canisters. Are you walking over to them?
I am. I frequent this laboratory enough that I hopefully would notice if they look any different than normal.
They don't look any different than normal. You can see through the canisters and you see spheres inside them, but you know they're currently contained, screwed away in these canisters.
And is that... Am I aware of the data pad? Is the hatch still open?
That is in a different room. So that is in the R&D server lab at the bottom left of the map. You might have a padlock on your map indicating.
Oh no, didn't Ajax find something in this room?
He found something in the R&D server room. Yes, if that's where you're going.
Yes.
And he also noticed that there's canisters labeled memory cortexes. If you're going out to that main entrance area where the corporal is currently housing your sidearm, you would also notice that there is a door that you walk past. You've walked past it before, labeled medical records.
Alright, I'd like to take a look in there.
In medical records?
Yes.
Okay. So you open this door. It's a small room. There's only one scientist working in here, working on a data pad. You recognize her. You know her as Dr. Winters. Her hair is pulled back into this tight cyan-colored bun. And she looks up at you with these 2 glowing blue bionic eyes. Can I help you?
Security business. I'm just doing a once-over.
I can't let you in here. There's confidential information in here, you know that.
Yes, and there's been a security breach. You're gonna watch me look at this room, and you will know if I try to read anything.
So, Captain, as this woman is staring you down and kind of sneering, you feel someone run up behind you. It's Corporal Finball, who's been manning the front. She suddenly burst in. Excuse me, Dr. Winters? Dr. Nick has a hollow for you in the comm out front? And the scientist looks so annoyed.
Fine. Be right there.
She puts her data pad down and leaves the room.
All right, I'm gonna do what I said initially. I'm gonna do a once-over of this room.
Okay. You notice that the data terminal behind Dr. Winter's workstation.
Glass. We need to get this android to the room. I said no matter what Cyrus says.
I agree that it needs to go, but let me finish up here first.
All right.
You see that there's a workstation behind Dr. Winter's desk, and you catch on the screen a folder labeled glass.
Glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's me, so I'm gonna open it.
Okay. She left it unlocked. When you...
I told her she could supervise me.
Captain, when you open it, these don't look like medical records at all. Certainly not your medical records. When you open them, they're categorized and formatted like technical research notes. You see prototype evaluation, history of updates, bionanic calibrations, memory cortex configuration. Glass, what's your favorite childhood memory?
I think it'd be of me as a kid playing in the creek. I think that's one of my favorite things to do, to get out of the house, to, be alone for a little bit.
So on this terminal, you see a thumbnail, an animated thumbnail of a creek.
Right.
Dr. Athenzo, what are you doing?
Oh God, well, I'm just digging through this.
Dr. Athenzo is still standing by the android custodian, with his hand on her shoulder, standing there, waiting for Glass to come back to be escorted.
All right, we'll pause there. Lieutenant Channing, what are you doing?
I am. I feel like I've made it to Ajax's office.
Okay.
And I'm gonna knock on his door to see if he's there.
Ajax, you are not there, correct? You're not in your office right now?
No.
Okay. Well, you have access to your boss's office. You can open this door. His office is pristine. It's clean and minimalist. You see all the few items on his desk are structured in perfect 90-degree angles with everything else. You can kind of tell he believes in the company's clean desk policy, as most of his items of note have been stored and locked away. You do see two things of note. You see that there's a hollow photo floating about 2 inches above his desk, and a silver data terminal is locked but open on his desk.
Okay, I open that.
The data terminal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you proficient enough with computers that you think you can get into his terminal?
Oh, I was hired.
Yeah. It takes you less than a minute to crack this terminal.
Obviously, the password is password 1. And the S's are done.
Exclamation point.
Yeah.
You're not there.
I know.
Yeah.
Flavors.
His password was actually honor, but he replaced the O's with zeros. So.
Oh my gosh.
So an initial scan shows nothing out of the ordinary on Ajax's terminal. He's been working on his budget request for the board of directors meeting today. A string of intelligence reports from Major Locke. You go deeper into his cache of deleted system files, and you find something old. Something that looks like he tried pretty hard to cover up. It's a security footage video file. Do you want to open it?
Yes.
So you play back the security footage file. It's chrono-stamped as happening 3 years ago. Video begins to play, and you see these 3 figures walking slowly.
Oh, can I? I'm assuming that. Do I have a microphone on, or how does the headset work, or how does Carol work?
So you can send a comms bot to GM if you want to talk to Carol privately. And otherwise, what Carol says out loud and what you say out loud, everyone else can hear. But the things that the GM describes to you, like what you're about to look at, you guys don't know. You don't know. You're not there. Okay. Would you like to view the video?
Yes.
All right. So this video begins to play, and you see 3 figures walking slowly down an underground corridor. They're dressed in black. Their hands are restrained with zip cuffs. And you can tell just from this telltale glow underneath their clothes that these are androids. The first 2 are tall, one bald with a clear plastic head, the second with a purple mohawk. The third is much smaller than the other 2, maybe only 5 feet tall, very tiny frame. And you see this one stumble forward and fall to their knees and their elbows. They're kicked in the back by someone wearing a uniform combat boot. An imposing figure you recognize as Commander Ajax. And Ajax picks up this fallen person by the back of their shirt, throws them forward, and they stumble back to their feet. The taller android with a mohawk whips around. She snarls at Ajax, and she's just met with a fist to the jaw. They walk further, and you see 2 more security force uniforms. You recognize the last 2 as Major Locke and Captain Glass, and both of them have their pistols trained on these 3 androids, and they're pushing them down the hallway through a black metal door that swings heavily closed behind them. And the video ends.
Do I recognize the area and the door?
You've never been there, but you think you've heard of it.
Okay.
Commander Ajax, you hear Carol. Commander Ajax? Someone has accessed your terminal.
Wonder who.
I close it and lock it,
Sure.
and I just do a once-over before I leave.
The only other thing of note in here is the hollow photo on his desk.
And at a glance, can I tell what it is?
Yeah, you from being in here, you know who this is. It's this gleaming 3D frame that's floating holographically. It's this image of this really striking person in their mid-40s with beautiful, both masculine and feminine features. You know this is Ajax's spouse. And you know that this is the type of hollow photo that if your hand goes near it, it'll interact with you. Do you want to mess with it?
I'll leave it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Running.
Private message from Ajax. Or sorry, from Locke to Channing. Stay clear of Ajax. We're not blown yet. Delay rendezvous.
Okay.
Commander Ajax, what are you doing?
I'm running from my office.
Carol,
Yes, Doctor.
please hack that last transmission.
Major Locke just told Lieutenant Channing that they're not blown yet and to delay their rendezvous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Captain Glass, what are you doing?
In that thumbnail.
You're what?
I'm engaging with. You described the thumbnail of the. Hold on, I'm looking at it.
So you open up this thumbnail and it becomes a full 3D rendering of your favorite childhood memory, the time you spent at the creek, the adventures you had skipping from rock to rock, pretending that you were a soldier or a pirate. You remember this, and for some reason, it's on a data terminal in front of you.
Alright, I'm gonna quick pull up. What was there are 4 things you listed, and the very last one was what? Cortex memories? Is it the last one?
Yes, that's the one that had the thumbnail in it, memory cortex configuration.
And that is what I just opened and saw.
Yes.
And what were my other 3 choices there?
Prototype evaluation, history of updates, bio-nanite calibrations. At this point,
All right.
Dr. Winters comes back in the office and looks down.
What are you doing? I didn't hack anything. You're not supposed to be in here. You gotta get out of here.
Right, I was just making sure this terminal wasn't compromised.
This is Winters to Cyrus. Is Glass supposed to be in here right now?
I can't say that I've ever allowed Captain Glass to be in that particular area to my recollection. Is there a
I
problem?
told you I was going to do a once-over and that you could supervise me. I have completed my once-over, and now I would like to escort Dr. Athenzo and this android down to diagnostics so that we can all go move on to do more important things, like track down the source of the security breach.
Dr. Winters, are you in there with Captain Glass?
Yeah.
Would you please shut the door?
With her, with them in it or outside it?
No, please, her inside.
All right.
I walk over to the other side of the door, and I secure it.
You lock Dr. Winters and Captain Glass in the room?
That's correct.
What are you doing? I just said I needed to escort this android down to diagnostics.
Dr. Athenzo, I believe we have a problem with Captain Glass.
Please unmute. While this is, Dr. Athenzo notices this and looks around and grabs the android custodian and pulls her body out the door towards the diagnostics lab, ignoring Dr. Cyrus.
So you are headed right towards the diagnostic lab with this custodial android unit in tow.
Yes.
Okay. In the mode that you've put them in, they walk. You don't have to drag them or anything. You just see that their eyes are blank, and on autopilot, they're now following you. You get to the diagnostic lab. They enter and just stay still. In this room, you see about 5 other androids lying unconscious in diagnostic pods along the wall. You recognize all of them as Caminus labor units, the kind that like work in manufacturing or facilities or housekeeping. Looks like all of them are in stasis at the moment. There is one technical android in here right now that looks up at you. They have a white lab coat, kind of like some of your colleagues wear, and they look up at you and they just say, good evening, Dr. Athenzo. Please let me know how I can be of assistance.
Good evening. And I do want to give Dr. Cyrus a sec. I don't know, did you like follow me or what?
I waited for you to respond, but you didn't. So
Okay.
I haven't yet followed you, no.
Okay, all right. Good evening. This android here was malfunctioning. It needs to be diagnosticated. It needs to be diagnosed.
Very well, Dr. Athenzo. Allow me to put them on the table here. And they look at you and they turn, their eyes suddenly glowing glassy. Dr. Athenzo,
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Sorry, I think I messed that up.
Go again, it's okay.
Doc, I saw something in Ajax hardware. I know where our 3 friends are. I just don't know exactly where. It's a hard door.
Roger, I'm on it.
Dr. Athenzo, so you're in the diagnostic lab, and this technical android unit just said this to you. I don't want this life.
What do you mean, this life?
And they disregard your question and then go to take the custodial unit that you brought in here and start putting them on a table like they didn't even hear you.
Android, deactivate.
Are you talking to the facilities android? Or the technical android?
The technical android, yeah.
Same thing. You see their eyes suddenly go dark and they...
I would like to... Dr. Athenzo wants to do this investigation himself.
What would you like to do?
So, with the custodial android on the table, I take one of the large, like, a jack and insert it into the back of the android's head where it connects to cerebral receptors. And I go over to, is there like a computer terminal?
Yeah, you know exactly how to do
terminals.
this. Yeah,
that's what I do. Yeah.
Dr. Athenzo, you run a scan of this unit. You've done it a million times before. You know how to do this. You help construct these things. You know how they're supposed to function, they're not supposed to function. You run a pretty thorough evaluation, at least one that takes only a couple minutes. There is nothing wrong with this unit.
Dr. Athenzo walks over to the table, disconnects the jack from the custodial android, moves the scientist android over to the table, inserts the jack into the cerebral receptor, goes back over to the computer to do the same thing.
Same thing. You watch this unit's circulatory systems just light from their feet all the way up to their neck as it runs a thorough scan. There's nothing wrong with this unit.
I walk back over. I pull the cord out of the cerebral receptor. I pull up an area on the back of my head, and I take the cerebral receptor, and I insert it into the back of my head.
You run a scan on yourself. Takes a moment, but again, you see yourself illuminate from the feet all the way through your bionic vascular system. Your systems are normal. You're functioning correctly.
I take the jack out. Androids, resume.
The custodial unit goes back to work. You see them just leave and go into the hallway to resume their duties. And the technical unit, thank you, Dr. Athenzo, and they go back to their diagnostics.
That's all I'm going to do for now.
Okay.
As I sit there, Dr. Athenzo stands there pondering what's going on, trying to figure out what might be happening.
Okay. Major luck. Yeah.
I was gonna say luck has got. I'm still where I was. Question: how big are those canisters of bionanites?
Big canisters. They're about 2 feet high with like double paned windows about like so, where you can see the fluid moving in and out.
Like this big. About 2 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab one.
Cool. Just kidding. I don't have opinions on any of these things. Your choices are your own.
Mm-hmm.
So as you approach one of these canisters, gritty liquid mercury oozing, kind of copying your movements a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
As you get closer to it, it starts to change color. And as you reach out towards it, this silver instantly changes to the color of your flesh that it sees.
Cool.
If you pick it up, what you see is as your hand approaches it, it forms a hand back at you. And it just starts mirroring everything it sees on the outside of the canister. And it doesn't look like a hand, Major Locke. It looks like your hand.
All right. I'm gonna take it.
Okay. It's heavy.
And
it's a little bulky.
sorry.
It's a little bulky. You can carry it, but it's not light. It's probably a good 20 pounds at least you're gonna be lugging with you.
Yeah. I carry more than that at work every day. I'm gonna take this canister and I'm gonna go looking for 00.
Okay. That's going to take you a couple minutes.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
But we'll leave you a couple minutes to see if you can find it. Lieutenant Channing, what are you doing right now?
I am trying to figure out where this hallway is with the heavy doors that I saw.
Is there anywhere you'd like to try and explore to get there, or do you also want to take a couple minutes to see if you can find it?
I want to take a couple minutes. I kind of have a feeling that it might be towards the basement, but not sure.
All right. So, Commander Ajax, what are you doing right now? I think you're muted.
I was running towards my office to see if I might have a chance of being able to intercept whoever it was that was in there.
You get there, and it is currently empty.
All right, I'm going to head to G5.
Heading to G5.
This is Cyrus Ajax. It is very likely that both Channing and Locke are Project Disrupt.
Commander Ajax, as you enter this room, glowing softly by the light of these two large holoscreens on the wall, two desks sit side by side. One's very organized, one's very messy. You quickly scan the room. You know over there is an access screen on the wall that you can use to trace any Caminus access badge. If you want to know where it is, you know this is where you go to find out. If you want to take a minute, you could use that. As you step into this room, your boots also clang on a hollow section of industrial flooring.
Supposed to be like that. I'll try and give it a lift. Figure it'd be faster for me to find out something that's not supposed to be there than me trying to hack a computer. First.
You would be correct. So, Commander, you crouch down and you pull back this floor panel, and it looks a lot like what you saw in the R&D server room. You see this array of rainbow-colored network cables. There's a splice in one of the cable bundles, and this small comms tablet has been wired in. This one has this tiny cerulean button on it, and you hear a recorded voice say, "Click twice to verify."
Click.
You hear, "Identity not verified. New transmissions will not be sent or received."
Oh, fuck, that should have been obvious.
So even though you can't open a comms channel to whoever this thing is connected to on the other side, you can still probably access the data pad and view the activity log of what this has been used to do recently, if you want to try.
Let's see what they had.
Okay. This isn't out of your skill set. You know how to open an activity log, even though you're not necessarily sure how to create one. You see, it looks like someone's been hacking information out of Caminus' secure servers and exporting them off-world. Confidential data, highly confidential data, security files, clearance codes, personnel logs, Dr. Cyrus's research data, and it looks like it's been exported to, still loading, asteroid K419b, you know as known base of operations for Project Disrupt.
Okay. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and see if I can try my hand at the computer, see if I can scan for the badges that Cyrus suggested.
It looks like they are currently moving, but you see them going to a subterranean level, to an area that you've been to with your squad plenty of times, but you haven't been there lately, and it's certainly not one you go to frequently.
All right.
Dr. Cyrus, is there something you'd like to be doing right now?
Well, first of all, I'd like to allay Captain Glass's fears by speaking from the other end of the door and say, now, Captain Glass, I know this may seem out of the ordinary, but Dr. Winters is more than obliged to assist you in this regard, but due to the nature of the access that you've been granted to materials that you should not have had access to, it is required that Commander Ajax be levied in this case, and you be remanded to this unfortunate situation until further notice.
Ajax the Glass, I need you to meet me down basement fast as fucking possible. Black rooms go.
I'm stuck with
Do what you
Cyrus
need to
right
do.
now.
Get out.
I can't. Shit.
Carol, hack that last transmission.
Commander Ajax just asked for Captain Glass to join him.
I am needed right now, and it is very important.
I'm afraid I can't do that right now, Captain.
You know what I'm about to do.
Dr. Arthenzo is making his way back towards
my
Dr.
duty.
Cyrus's office.
Okay.
I understand your duty very much, Captain. I think Commander Ajax has full facility to take care of the problem at this point in time. I'll be more than happy to explain it to him.
You better do it right fucking now.
I have no problem whatsoever. Commander Ajax?
Cyrus.
Yes, Dr. Cyrus, but, it's quite all right. Captain Glass has found herself in a bit of a predicament. She has accessed unauthorized files on Caminus Corporation.
Cyrus, with all due respect.
Understood, yes.
About right now, Project Disrupt has accessed a lot of your files. Right now, there's a leak. Accessing certain files is beyond my concern right now. What is most important is that you were correct about the compromise, and I think it is absolutely vital. Time is of the essence. That Glass meet me, what I've asked her to, in order to address the current risks. We are running out of time.
With that, let's cut to Lieutenant Channing, Major Locke. Everyone else is a little distracted right now. And you've taken the opportunity to go into the basement, and you've found this underground corridor that you have not been to before. You know about it, you've heard about it, and now you've found it. You can unlock your mask on 00 if you'd like. Did you both meet each other down here? You got here at about the same time, is that correct?
Yeah, I'd say we ran into each other in the hallway, probably.
Okay.
Yep.
So you swing open this very heavy metal door. Lieutenant Channing, same door you recognize from that video you just saw in Ajax's office. You enter this cold subterranean room. It's so quiet in here that you can hear your own breathing. Like, this room is very well insulated from the rest of the facility. This is a dark place. Not just the lighting, like a single flickering light bulb in the center of a paint-peeled ceiling, but the energy. Something about this room is just wrong. The whole floor is grungy gray tile. It's stained brown with splatters of rust. Nope, not rust. You don't want to think about it. tiles on the wall have cracked in these crater formations, as though something large has been hurled at them with a lot of force. The wall to your left is full of rusty tools and sharp instruments. And on the opposite end of the room, a set of steps lead into a shallow pit with this concrete floor with a large drain in the middle. And in the pit are 4 steel tubs. You also see in the corner of the room there's a black contractor bag. Bad things have happened here.
What the fuck have they been doing in here?
We're about to find out. I'm gonna scan the room.
Your tracer gives off 2 very strong signals in the middle of the room. Let me get those for you. So Major Locke, this is what you hear. You see 3 different traces. The first one you hear is, nope, that's not the comms channel. The first one you hear is number 4. Uploading now. And it sounds like this.
Where are you taking him? Mouse! Mouse, wake up! Dr. Cyrus, where are you taking...
There's 2 others. Would you like to pull them?
Yes.
Are these technically file transfers?
Yes, they are. This is the second one that you find while you were looking. Playing.
Please don't do this, Commander Ajax. I don't want to die. I'm a real person. I don't want to die. Please don't. No, please don't.
And there's 1 left. Would you like to download it? Would you like the 3rd file?
Yes, please.
Uploading now.
You know that we're right, Major Locke. What you're doing here is wrong. Killing me won't stop us. We will never stop coming until your whole fucking organization is burned to the ground.
What would you like to do?
I want to move to the 4 tubs in the back.
Okay. Are you sure?
Glass, they're using you. Get out of there.
Copy.
So Major Locke.
Carol. Intercept.
Oh, good.
Commander Ajax. Lieutenant Channing just informed Captain Glass that they are being used. Yes, Dr. Othenza?
Please locate Locke's security badge.
Scanning. Major Locke's security badge is in the black room in the basement. Major Locke, you walk to the 4 steel tubs at the other end of this room. They have this thick film inside them, shiny, opaque, and white with swirls of black or blue or purple. It looks like large amounts of plastic have been dissolved in this tub with something acidic. And blocking each drain is this huge tangle of silver metal wires, like birds' nests.
Is that?
It's them.
What do we do? Is there anything we can do?
I don't know.
Captain Glass, what have you been doing?
It's like, did you talk with Ajax? Let me out of this room right now. I need to assist him.
If I let you out of the room, Captain, I'm afraid I'll have to perform a procedure on you first to make sure that you haven't obtained information that is vital to the Caminus Corporation's future endeavors.
What the fuck would that entail? How quickly can you get this done?
Very, very quickly.
Great, open the door.
Dr. Othenzo's at the entrance to Dr. Cyrus's lab, just watching what's going on, trying to be very discreet.
GM, I've sent you a message in Discord. Would you mind taking a look?
Yes. Yes, it does.
You're doing. Oh, sorry.
Okay. I look over at Dr. Othenzo and I say, Doctor, do you trust me?
Yes.
I walk over to a glass case, unlock it, and remove a small, gun. It doesn't look like a gun that the security forces carry, though. It doesn't have the same caliber on it. In fact, on the back of it, it has sort of a small silver cylinder that looks like it's made to have something inserted into it. And I take the cylinder, open the back, insert a very small blue tube into the back of it, locking it in with a sort of snap hiss. And then walk over to the closet and unlock the door. I should say closet. It was the research facility, the research servers where Captain Glass went.
It's the medical records room.
Thank you, the medical records.
So, Captain Glass, you see this door slowly open. Dr. Cyrus on the other side.
And then I fire the gun at her.
Damn, I was just, second that door cracks open, I whip the tactical knife out of my boot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, fuck. Not letting that happen. Without a fight.
Dr. Cyrus?
As soon as Dr. Othenzo sees this happening too, he charges at Dr. Cyrus.
Oh, great. Double teamed. I'm fantastic. This is great. Of course, you know I have the trait quick shot, right? Just so you know.
Little uncanny dodge action
Yes,
about to happen.
yes.
There are no feats in Cobaltica.
Damn it! Shakes fist.
Dr. Cyrus, roll a d8, do not announce the roll. Captain Glass, roll a d10, do not announce the roll.
Oh, damn, a 10. Fuck. All right, here we go.
You made them like this.
I did.
Dr. Cyrus, you both attacked each other at the exact same time. So as you fire your weapon, it does hit Captain Glass. How severely does it hit?
I got a 6.
Okay. Captain Glass, your instincts are better than anyone else. Not just on the security force, but in the Caminus Corporation. And you saw this coming. You might not have your sidearm, but you were ready for this. So you attack Dr. Cyrus defensively with your weapon. What was your roll?
A 9.
Captain Glass, you feel this dart sink into your shoulder, and you feel venom. You're not even sure exactly what he just hit you with, but you immediately feel it seeping like fire, like acid, all the way through your circulatory system. And you look down and you can see your veins are changing color, and quickly they're turning like a dark gray. But you were able to defend yourself. What did you just do to Dr. Cyrus?
I honestly, with that damage, I probably fucking took his arm off. Like, I wasn't trying to kill him, but I wasn't gonna let him fucking touch me.
So So you weren't trying to kill him, but you've certainly subdued him. Did you take his arm off?
I think... I don't know, how big is my tactical knife?
It doesn't matter how big it is because you are so effective, but it's about a 6-inch blade.
Yeah, I think I really I got him in the joint, and I probably severed it almost all the way through at his elbow. Fucking sorry.
So Dr. Athenzo, as you realize what's about to happen and you charge for Dr. Cyrus, you were immediately splattered unexpectedly with a shower of hot blood to your face.
It has to happen at some point in this game. Yeah.
There it is. Dr. Cyrus. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Athenzo. What do you see? What do you do?
I was just going to say, if I get close to Dr. Cyrus as his arm is being severed, I try to get the gun out of his hand.
That shouldn't be hard to do. Dr. Cyrus.
It's on the floor.
You can't really pull the trigger anymore.
Yeah. I try to grab it, but your arm falls off.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Dr. Cyrus, all you feel is hot blood and then that cold sensation of shock rushing over your body. What do you do?
I sort of look immediately sort of shocked at Captain Glass, and sort of the room begins to spin a little bit, and I sort of look at her and I sort of stagger back as my arm is just leaking fluid everywhere. Is there any material in this lab that could potentially cause this bleeding to stop?
There's certainly a first aid kit. Dr. Winters and Corporal Finball immediately leap to their feet. They don't want to get involved, but everyone in this room is first aid trained.
Okay.
It is severe. You will be bleeding out shortly.
Yeah. I say, Dr. Winters, I have a slight problem here. I would appreciate medical attention at this point in time.
Yeah. Captain, are you gonna... Can I help him?
Yes, just...
Yeah. I pick up the gun from the floor. I don't know what the fuck it is or what he just put in me, but this is the closest thing I have to evidence, so I'm taking that shit.
Okay.
So I think...
Fucking tourniquet on that and give me my goddamn gun back.
And I'm guessing we're all hearing this commotion over comms right now.
Yes, you are. So Dr. Winters looks to you, Captain.
Yeah.
Can I give him first aid? Jesus. He's gonna bleed out soon. Jesus Christ.
You're smart. You're a doctor. I can figure it out.
She pulls a med kit off the floor, gets out some gauze, and immediately starts trying to wrap it around your
tourniquet,
joint.
doctor.
I know.
Locke, we should check the laboratory. It sounds like they're busy.
It sounds like there's a lot happening in the lab right now. And I'm gonna look down at the tubs. I'm just very quietly going to say, Cordis animam veritas libertas.
Nothing happens when you do this, Major Locke. There's no memory cortex here to respond to that.
All right.
While everyone is
Well,
just...
that actually might be good.
I
want to check that contractor bag, though.
Okay. You see a contractor bag in the corner of the room. You don't really want to touch anything in here, but you nudge it open with your boot, and you can see several pairs of discarded latex gloves, stained red and brown. They sit atop this crumbled piece of fabric. Do you want to try and get a better look?
Yeah.
It's a crumpled Caminus Security Force shirt. It's got dried blood stains splattered on the sleeves. The badge has been ripped off and the insignia has been ripped off, but there's discoloration where the badges once were. And you can see this distinctive shape of a commander's insignia outlined on both arms.
Now that's no surprise.
And while you were taking the extra moment to look at this, Commander Ajax, where have you been going?
At this point, given all the commotion, I think that's more than enough time to reach the black rooms.
I believe it is. Commander Ajax, you reach the black rooms, and inside you see Lieutenant Channing and Major Locke.
All right.
Oh shit, the jacket's coming on.
Yeah. Oh. Seems you've got a mouse problem.
Excuse me?
I think you've dealt with the mouse.
Say that. Locke. You don't remember. They do to
Coming
you.
back.
What do they do to you?
It's coming back to me slowly, I think. What did they do to you? Why do you hate them so much?
I hate them so much. Hey, what? And them. That's a thing. You're gonna give them that. You're gonna give them the. You're gonna call them them
What should I call them?
things.
If they're only things, why do you hate them so much? I've never understood.
It's not that. It's that everyone else. No one knows. No one cares anymore about this, about blood in my veins. Doesn't matter. You know what? Fenzo up there can think probably, what, a couple billion thoughts a second. Good for him. Here's the thing. I've got thousands of years, 100,000 years, maybe more, of evolution, honing my instincts, same as you. Same as that one there. Maybe it wasn't enough for either of us to pick up on each other sooner, but the good thing about instincts is helps you know when to react. I pulled my gun.
Oh, I was already going for it.
Oh boy.
Same.
Same. Do all three of you pull your weapons at the same time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ajax and Locke, you're both pointing at each other. Lieutenant Channon, I suppose you're also trained on Ajax?
Yes.
I need all of you to roll a d8. We'll do the announce rolls one by one. Commander Ajax, what happened when you fire your weapon?
3.
You hit because she did not try and defend herself. She drew her weapon on you too. How did you hit her?
Despite everything, despite this betrayal. Can't quite bring myself to kill Locke. Maybe it's because the history we had together. You know, here, just tattoos we have on the back. The same, you know, people we've lost. God's sake, she, you know, was primary witness of my wedding. Helped me through it when I lost Sif, but take her
Commander-
kneecap out. Not getting far.
You shoot her in the kneecap?
No.
As you do, Commander, you are well experienced in violence and what happens when you use your weapon to hurt another person. And the mess, the blood, the shock that comes with it. And that doesn't happen. You shoot her in the knee and you are certain that it connects. She doesn't bleed. Major Locke, what happens when you fire your weapon?
I rolled a 4.
What happens when you hit Commander Ajax?
Well, you know, gonna be honest, I was aiming for the head, but I hit him in the shoulder.
Shit.
Lieutenant Channing, what
Clean,
happened?
clean through and through. The bullet's not stuck. It's gonna bleed like a motherfucker.
And Channing, what about you? What happened when you fired your weapon?
I tried to hit him in the neck. I got a 3.
You hit him. Not on the neck, not as severely. Where did you hit him?
Like, knocked his ear off.
Commander Ajax, your entire world is spinning right now. The shock, the betrayal, the pain, and you too, rather than feeling these wounds on your body, you feel the sudden ice of shock, and you recognize it suddenly wash over your body, and you know you have a few minutes left before you succumb, but you're having trouble focusing now. And speaking of which, Captain Glass, a minute's gone by in Dr. Cyrus's lab, and you look down and your entire cardiovascular system is stained gray and pulsing, and your entire body is racked with pain. What are you doing, and what is Dr. Athenzo doing?
Dr. Athenzo runs over to Dr. Glass and pulls out a vial of neurotoxin.
What's that?
The neurotoxin or the antidote?
Neurotoxin antidote.
Just to be clear, okay.
Just to be clear. That's what
Holy
I'm
shit.
Yeah. And so I take it, and it's like a Pulp Fiction, but like just inject it into her shoulder as quickly as I can.
And Glass, you immediately feel this, where it has been just coursing pain, like liquid fire through all of your veins. It feels like ice now, cooling. You're still in a lot of pain. And as it hits your chest, where it was starting to become difficult to breathe, you feel like you can take a deep breath again. You're a little bit weak, but it feels like whatever Athenzo just did, it's helping you. It looks like you're not gonna die from whatever it is that just happened. Doctor,
Let's pull the
go ahead.
pull the rest of that. I want to pull the rest of the data from that terminal in the med room and then get the fuck out of here with Dr. Athenzo. That's honestly, it's my best bet right now.
You can do that. Dr. Winters and Corporal Finball are both doing their best to help you, Dr. Cyrus, but your bleeding is profuse. There is at this point, an 8-foot puddle of blood on the floor where you lie. You're still conscious.
Dr. Athenzo runs over to Dr. Cyrus and gets down on one knee and looks at him. It doesn't look good, Dr. Cyrus. Is there anything you know that you should tell me now? You are going to die.
I know, Dr. Athenzo. And that doesn't frighten me. Not the slightest, actually. Death comes to all sentient creatures. I may ask one last thing of you, Doctor.
Yes, Doctor.
Would you consider me your friend?
Would you consider me yours?
At this point, I would say yes.
And we are friends, Doctor. And we always will be.
Well, here's to friendship. And Dr. Cyrus sort of leans back on the floor, and his arm sort of reaches out for the eye. I guess you could call it mechanic on Dr. Athenzo's face, and says, "So imperfect." And then just lies back and his eyes glaze over.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Down in the basement, as Ajax has been shot twice, as he's sort of taking a moment to take in what's happened to him, Locke is going to walk forward. Did you hold on to your gun when you got shot, or did you drop it?
I'm still holding the gun. I'm holding something else as well.
All right. That's fine. I'm going to walk forward. And as I do, I'm going to sort of reach inside my jacket and flick a switch. And there's a flicker. And instead of Locke standing in front of you, you see a very plain gray plastic carapace that is relatively human in shape. It's scuffed up, it's beat up, it has no hair, its facial features are extremely simple. You probably recognize this as a simple labor unit. And it's going to say, the question that I want you to consider: how long have you loved one of us? And I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Only ever loved one person. Don't flatter yourself. Tossed my stun grenade.
I have one too, but I didn't use it.
Commander Ajax, what happens when you toss your stun grenade?
In that moment of advantage, I'm going to pull my gun, try to put it right under this carapace's chin, pull the trigger.
Interesting.
What happens when you pull the stun grenade? Where did you throw it, and who was affected?
I mean, I would have liked to have put it between them. That's possible.
Between both of
I
them?
stayed put with my gun trained on you.
Fair enough.
Roll a
So-
roll a d4.
Can I roll a d8?
Are you firing your weapon?
Yes.
Yeah, roll a d8.
I don't have any D4s, damn it. Oh, I do. Okay.
If-
2.
So the amount on your d4 is the amount of targets you can hit with your stun grenade. So unfortunately, Major Locke, Lieutenant Channing, you are both currently paralyzed. For how long?
Does she fire at the same time he throws the grenade? Does she still get a shot off?
You guys tell me. Do you?
I would have pictured myself keeping the gun out that entire time, especially with Locke walking close to him. So, being something like that, I would have definitely fired.
So it happens almost in the same moment. You see Commander Ajax reaching for something, and you take that opportunity to fire your weapon again. The stun grenade will still affect you. You fire your weapon, then you immediately feel all of your entire body seize painfully. You are paralyzed, but the shot went off. What happens when you fired your weapon?
I got a 4.
What happens when you hit him with a 4?
I try to hit him square in the chest.
That'll hit, Commander Ajax. That's the third time you've been shot in less than 60 seconds, and at this point, you're losing so much blood that you're not able to stand anymore. Before we cut to whatever Commander Ajax is thinking or saying next, Dr. Athenzo, you get a comm. You hear it in your cybernetic. This is Security Director Kumo to Dr. Athenzo. Come in. Are you muted? Or are you ignoring him?
Dr. Athenzo here.
Have you found the source of the breach?
I'm not sure. Dr. Cyrus is dead.
He's dead. By whose hand, Othenzo? Othenzo, you listen to me. You have 2 minutes to identify and eliminate the source of that breach, or I will activate it myself. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal.
You have 2 minutes.
Glass. To the basement. Let's go.
All right, did I get that downloaded?
Yes, you did.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's go.
All right, we book it.
Do I get my gun back? I asked for it back.
Corporal Finbull looks absolutely terrified and just hands it to you without you asking. It just shows you open hands.
Yep.
While paralyzed, do we still hear comms?
Yes.
Was that a private comm that he got from?
No.
We heard all. Okay, so we heard all that, but we're still 15-second paralyzed.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
It's going to take them another minute to get down to the basement and find you. But in that time, Commander Ajax, what are you thinking? What's happening?
It's Locke on the ground.
Yeah, they both fell to the ground when the stun grenade went off.
Oh, we fall down paralyzed? We don't stay standing? I wasn't sure.
I want to take my knife, carve her memory cortex right out of her fucking chest.
Okay.
All right.
Good question. So what happened with the cylinder that I was holding when I fell?
Oh.
Major Locke.
Sorry.
As the stun grenade goes off, the force of it causes both you and Lieutenant Channing to fall to the ground. And the force of that would also cause the cylinder full of bio-nanites, which you don't completely understand, to also fall to the ground. The glass splinters, and you see this pool of gritty mercury start seeping out onto the floor, onto this grungy tile over decades of dried blood and violence. Moving, not spilling out from gravity, but on its own. And it starts creeping in every direction. Some of it goes under your body, some of it goes under Ajax's. But both of you are too distracted to notice. And Commander Ajax, what do you do in this 15-second window?
Again, I feel like the more dangerous threat right now, even still, is Locke. So I try to, again, carve out the memory cortex if I can, quickly as I can, way as I have in the past. Well, I would have done it slowly.
You know this will kill Major Locke. Is that your intention?
Yes. Any means necessary to neutralize the threat to Caminus. That's it.
I'm sorry, Major Locke. But that's what happens. You feel it go in, but you're unable to scream because you are paralyzed. And you see Ajax, with a deafness, like he's done this before, rip out your memory cortex, and it's the last thing you see. And Lieutenant Channing, you can see this bright blue cerulean sphere come out of her chest cavity with other hydraulic fluids and just tearing, glowing circulatory. But there is no more sound. Major Locke, what are your last thoughts before that happens?
I try to move my eyes if I can.
You can.
And I look at the cortex. And then I look over at Channing. I look back at the cortex. And like maybe as the paralysis just starts to break, like a little twitch of a smile on the side of my metal lip. And then my eyes kind of look up at the gritty ceiling of this disgusting place, and I think, this makes sense.
Thank you, Major Locke. At this point, Captain Glass, Dr. Athenzo, you would have made your way to the basement and are just now approaching the door. This place well, Captain Glass, you've been here before. You got here quickly because unfortunately you know this area very well.
So would that have 15 seconds probably would have gone by?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And yeah, please go
hide.
ahead. You hide?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Commander Ajax, you're lying on the floor at this point, losing blood quicker than you can fathom. Glass, Athenzo, you reach the door to the black room. What do you do?
I kind of run up to it. I'm assuming I see Locke and Ajax on the floor. Locke not being Locke. Right.
You see two bodies on the floor. You recognize one of them as Commander Ajax, and he is breathing and conscious, but looking very, very poor. And you see an android body on the floor that you do not recognize.
I run up to Ajax. Shit.
I run up to the other body.
She's in here.
Who? What?
This was Law. This is Law. It's Channing. It was always Channing. She got the drop on along from the beginning. You had us from the inside. This was Law.
I reach and I grab it.
I walk over to Glass and I ask Glass to hand me the memory cortex.
Locke's memory cortex?
Yes.
Okay. And Glass, do you give it to him?
Or before I give it to him, I step back. Oh shit.
Wait, please.
As I'm about to calm you step out.
What are you doing, Channing?
I'm just gonna say, wait, please. They're using you. They're using both of you. Dr. Cyrus and Ajax. Look what they've done. And I just gesture to the tubs. I gesture to the dry blood. I gesture to what used to be my friend.
At this point, I kind of step back from Dr. Athenzo and also from Channing, so we're all like equally spread out. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just learned a lot.
What did you learn?
Glass, you're one of us.
Glass.
You're an android.
Glass, I trained you myself. Glass, don't do this.
He doesn't care about you.
Ajax.
Or us.
He just ripped out. He ripped out a memory core. Do you see what he's done? Look at that, those metal nests right there. Those used to be androids.
You see what the fuck they've done?
I pull open my data pad and I click play on the first, or open the first file that's on there. My whatever the core directive thing was.
Is this a file transmission?
Or is this just you read it out loud for us?
You just got this transmission, Athenzo, and you feel something in your arm begin to vibrate.
Fuck is that?
I got a transmission.
Yeah. It's my first transmission, Athenzo. Dr. Athenzo, you have 1 minute left. Take care of it.
What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Everything is so logical up till now. Nothing is logical right now.
Join the club. Just fucking tell us. Just tell us.
My arm. I have an
Okay.
EMP device in here, and I have to kill all of us.
Just cut it out. Let's run.
Kuma.
Done it once. I'll do it again.
Is there a way to disable it?
The only one that should die is him. And I point to Ajax.
He's gonna die regardless. It doesn't fucking matter.
No. The three of you. Run.
I take the memory core. I take the memory core from Athenzo. I grab Glass's hand.
Yeah.
And I bolt and close the heavy doors behind me.
And as you do, Dr. Athenzo, you look down at your arm and you see this tiny yellow light embedded under your synthetic flesh, and it begins to grow brighter and brighter. It's counting down to 5. What would you like to do with your last 5 seconds?
I think to myself about the friends I made and about what I contributed and how I bettered the android race.
And with that, Commander Ajax, the last thing you see is Dr. Athenzo's body glow this vibrant neon yellow, starting at his forearm, radiating out from his fingertips and coursing through his whole body. He opens his mouth and out pours light, and the entire room is enveloped in this EMP energy that was designed to stop electrical impulses from everything, from android cortexes to human hearts. You both look at each other for the last moment. The lights in this room go out, and it is dark. Captain Glass, Lieutenant Channing, you can make your way to the roof. You know you can call for a helicopter if you'd like. Is that what you would like to do?
I press the button to call for the helicopter, but I still want to look for my 3 friends. Glass, have you ever heard of Evo, Surge 4, and Mouse?
Unfortunately, I have it. I know it. Then I gesture at the cortex she's holding.
Is it somewhere we can get to fast?
Yes.
Take me.
It's not too hot. Yep. So I pull out my gun, hold it at my side, and I run back to. I'm gonna want to like we're stepping into a shit show. There's a lot of blood. Sorry about that.
You go back to Cyrus's lab?
Yeah, or at least I turn the corner to the hallway that's in front of Cyrus's lab. I don't know if there's a bunch of people there or not.
There are. At this point, you hear screaming, corporals that report to you, other sergeants that report to you. Outside paramedics have now closed in on this area.
Shit, they're in there, but I don't think we can get in.
Maybe we can tell them about the crime scene in the basement?
They know who I... You'd have to be the one to do it. They know who I am. Throw me under the bus. I'm gonna hide around this corner. Let them know. Once they're gone.
No, just... There's a helicopter coming. It's headed for the roof. Go up there. If I'm not there in 15 minutes, go without me.
Not
At least we can save one person here. Here, take this.
But I don't know anything. What am I supposed to do with this?
I give her the memory cortex of sorry, I'm looking for Locke's real name. Nova. Take this. At least you guys can get out. I'm gonna try to grab the other 3. Do you know exactly where they are?
Yes. So, and as you hand me the cortex, I'm gonna hand you my gun. All right. No, you have a gun. You have a gun. What am I talking about?
Yeah. It's probably the same gun, it's just you're more equipped with it, right?
Yeah. Do we have the same standard issue gun?
I have At standard issue, yeah. I have a D8 and whatnot.
I don't want to leave you alone in this though. This is a bad idea.
You hear sirens coming from outside of the facility at this point.
All right, just I'm gonna go. Tell me where they are.
Past through the research lab, in the back section where the servers are, on the right, 3 cores lined up. I mean, yeah, on the right.
Okay. I try to adjust my appearance, try to make sure that I don't have any blood splatters on me or anything. And I'm gonna casually go in, but with like I'm supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm. That's what always works, Lieutenant Channing. That's what's always worked for you on every job you've ever been on. All the responders, the security officers there to help, all the scientists standing back in shock give you a wide berth as you make your way into Cyrus's lab. You head for the corner where you see these 3 canisters of memory cortexes. And you have this whole lab to yourself. You have a chance to look at them, and you look closely and you see they're labeled Search for, Evo, and Mouse. Would you like to open them?
Yes, I'd like to put them in my bag.
You open the canister names labeled Search for, and you pull out a cerulean-colored glowing sphere, just like the one you saw come out of your friend Nova's body, and you put it in your bag. You open the next canister, labeled Evo, and you pull out a glowing blue sphere, full of all the life experiences and hopes and dreams of your friend, and you put it in your bag. You open the third canister, labeled Mouse.
Can I comms her real quick?
Sure.
I want to warn her about the mouse one. I don't know if it's mouse in there. I don't know what's in there.
Is it safe to touch?
I would proceed with extreme caution.
I have to try.
Is it worth losing the first 2? If you're wrong? If we're wrong? If I'm wrong?
What could happen?
I don't know, but I don't think that's Mouse's cortex.
Is there a way I could check? Like, is there a way I would know, looking at it, if it was mouse or not?
Yeah. You open the canister, Channing. You see a glowing ball that isn't cerulean. It's like this dull orange. It's the same shape as the others. You know what this is. Glass wouldn't have, but you do. This is a backup cortex. They backed up the life, hopes, and dreams of your friend Mouse, and they saved it here, which means the real one is probably with him somewhere.
Probably with him.
Probably.
I know where it is. I leave that one, I close it, and I casually walk out with the 2 that I have.
You hear the sirens growing louder, and the chaos in the building is starting to grow. There's an alarm going off overhead now, flashing amber lights, and both of you are aware that the entire facility is on the highest alert possible. You're bumping into people as you go. Glass, are you headed to the roof?
Jenny, we've got to go.
Here, take this duffel bag. There's 2 more. I need to go to Ajax's office.
We're not... No, we're going to Ajax's office right now.
Okay.
Quick.
You go up to the roof, I go to Ajax.
No, we're going to Ajax right now.
All right.
So you both make your way to Commander Ajax's office, bumping past shoulders and shoulders of people running out of their offices in a panic. You get to Ajax's office. What are you looking for?
I go right for the picture, and I touch it.
The picture there is of Ajax's spouse, and when you touch it, it just plays a video of a sound of their voice. And I'll upload that for you now.
I'm going to try to, anyway. 1, 5. Well, you guys can hear it.
I promise this year will be better. I'll try harder. I love you.
I don't have that clue. But it's not Mouse. It's of Ajax's spouse saying something sweet to him.
Is it solid so I could throw it across the room?
Yeah, it has a solid base.
Okay, alright, just like knock it over.
You see the holographic pieces of the person Ajax loved most in the world just shatter to the ground.
I mean, if it's not in here, Mouse is probably still down there. And that EMP just went off.
Is it safe to go down there?
We're not gonna make it out if we go down there. That EMP just went off.
There was nothing down there. I didn't see anything down there. I take out my, I can't remember what it is now.
Your tracer?
Yeah, I take out my tracer to see if I can see any trace of Mouse.
Your tracer is still showing an indication in the black room where you just came from.
It didn't show anything there before. You need to take these, and you need to get yourself out of there. The helicopter's probably there. That
It's a
way...
suicide mission, you know that. Going back.
I know, that's why I'm making you go upstairs.
But I don't know anything. None of these things are going to be of any use to you, to me, to us, without you.
I did my job. I sent all of that information over already. It's done. They don't need me.
Fuck.
They do need you.
The sirens are so loud now that you hear them all pulling up outside the building, and it sounds like there's at least
Alright,
a
fine.
dozen.
If you're not gonna go, I'll just take you up there myself.
God, thank you.
You
Get
guys,
up to the roof before it's too fucking late.
you take
Unless it already...
You take an elevator ride to the very, very top of this facility, and it feels like it takes you a lifetime. But these industrial doors swing open, and you can already hear the beating sound of choppers overhead. You know your extraction is on its way, but you have to shield your eyes from it because there is a torrential downpour of this blue-tinged rain coming from the sapphire clouds up above. You look down and all you see is red, white, flashing lights all surrounding your facility.
What? Blast it on the helicopter and it back up.
You're really fucking doing this?
I can't leave without Mouse.
I understand.
The helicopter sprays more rain in your direction as it lands on the top of the roof. Captain Glass, you see 3 figures, glowing faces, glowing hands, black hoods and black clothing, reach their arms out to you. Do you board with them?
I do. I understand. This is bigger than me, and fucking someone has to make it out. Hate it.
The one closest, with one blue eye, one yellow, and like a pink mohawk. Nova, come on, are you coming? Come on.
Tell her to get in.
Nova's with Glass. I'm Echo.
Echo? God, I can't tell you guys apart with the hollow suits. Come on, come on, come on.
Mouse is still in there. I gotta go back.
Hurry. We got maybe like 30 seconds tops before they shoot us out of the sky. Come on.
Just go without me. I'll try to figure out another way.
Are you sure? Because we can't come back for at least another 2 days. You know that. Come on.
I get a sense that I could find Mouse.
Maybe not. Come on, Echo. Come on. We need you.
Come on.
But I put my head in my hands.
Do you board the helicopter with them?
Yeah, but as I hate it, I feel like a coward. The whole, like, just every step moving towards that helicopter.
From outside the Caminus facility, those who aren't focused on the chaos and the pandemonium going on outside and inside, and all the screaming Caminus workers flooding out in an evacuation, and all the android units standing obediently to the side to let all the humans out the door. Some look up and see a helicopter flying off into the dark. Most don't even notice. Outside the Caminus facility, high above, deep in the sapphire clouds of pollution blotting out the sky, this torrential downpour of blue-tinged cobalt rain slows to a drizzle. And then it stops as the helicopter fades into the distance. Past the sapphire clouds, past the atmosphere of Azura, deeper into the Ursus galaxy. An off-site star server begins humming to life, rapidly compiling data and firing it back down toward the Caminus facility. A copy of human consciousness has just been uploaded back into the Caminus secure server. Within the hour, a cryostasis pod is going to hiss open, and out will step a perfect replica of the greatest intellect of several generations, ensuring his life's work will continue. Those who remain will look back on the events of this evening, the heroism and the bravery, the deceit and the violence, the courage, the cruelty, the hope. Is this what it means to be human? This has been Cobaltica. Thank you for watching.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity.
All right.
I'll try harder.
Oh, let me unglitch you
Love
guys.
I don't.
But first, there was something else in terms of the giveaway.
Like drop
Just got
was
so
awesome.
excited.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead, Offenzo. What were you going to say about the giveaway for tonight?
Okay, so let's do the giveaway. So there was we had 4 entries. So let me do a D4. The winner will win a amazing looking dice vault.
The runner-up gets therapy for watching this stream.
I don't think you need to be the runner-up for that.
Blue Pitch Gaming. Blue Pitch Gaming.
Blue Pitch Gaming, I love that guy. Yay!
hey.
Oh my god.
Congrats, Blue Pitch.
I also want to point out one other thing. we exceeded our goal at $520 right now.
Hey!
Congratulations.
Holy shit.
And also, I think there's one other thing.
Oh?
Nick?
Oh, yeah.
What is this?
Ash.
What is this?
Being proposed to.
Thank you.
Am I getting married?
Will you marry us?
Yeah, all of us.
Oh, you guys. Wait, I don't understand what's going on. I'm the one that makes surprises. What is
No,
this?
no. We all love you.
Nice.
Yeah, we all love you. You put your heart into this. Seriously. So,
These are beautiful. Oh, I could have been using this to kill you guys all night. Oh, thank you guys. This is amazing.
Can you show?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Screen? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
of
see.
course. It's
ooh.
these are just gorgeous. They're like a little holograms. I don't know if you can see the color shining in them, but they're beautiful.
That's
you know,
awesome.
you know they're
They're
good dice when I want to put
prismatic.
them in my mouth, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
They're prismatic glass dice. They looked awesome. Nick found them.
They're
Yeah.
glass, and you're
Yeah.
glass.
Oh.
No,
Oh, perfect.
thank you. That is really sweet,
Wait.
guys. Thank you.
I wonder if Nick made that connection, because we didn't know the connection, obviously.
There's a lot of secrets that he knows the connection to that you don't. We're gonna say goodnight now. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. We're so glad you were here. Thank you for experiencing this fun house of emotions with us. Oh my goodness, we love you guys. Good night.
Good night.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.